All right, hello and welcome, Waterdeep Dragonheist. We begin today, in the middle of Chapter 2, with an upcoming downtime. We're going to do a little 10-day downtime, 12-day downtime, really, while the tavern gets finished and turned into a casino tavern with all the different guilds working. But go ahead and everybody start the night with an inspiration. Light that up on your character sheet so you do not forget. You can re-roll any d20 of the night with that. And to begin, everybody roll a d20 that was here last week, which I think was the whole party. We weren't missing anyone, right? No.
He was all here. We should do it
if-
We have a nice low average here. Roll-offs on a 5. Let's go.
Rollies.
Rollies. Oh,
Does not bode well for Korgul's rolls tonight, but we'll see. Korgul, if you'd
Get
be
the
so
bad ones out of the
kind,
way.
and it was a nice introduction session for you. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what happened last week through Korgul's eyes, his viewpoint of the situation, where we are, and what we're doing, if you'd be so kind.
Korgul met Casey. Casey tried to make Korgul pay for weapon enchantment, but Korgul doesn't have enough gold. Korgul followed Casey to meet group. Considered killing a drow. I don't really know why. You guys had him tied up. I suggested we arm him to let him fight. And that was overruled because apparently he is incredibly dangerous. So we executed him, went through the city being chased by another 2 drow. Still don't really know what that was about. And we escaped by 2 higher coaches. Other than that, we met some more Zentarum people, but Korgul is kind of just along for the ride right now. I don't really know why we're fighting or running from some people, but I'm here for it.
It's pretty much that. Sent with Casey through Vajra, Blackstaff from Blackstaff Tower, the mage protector of Waterdeep, under the alliance of the Force Grey. And with that, you found yourself in a ramshackle group that eventually, that day, headed towards Trollskull Manor. The party split up a bit as they got into those higher coaches, and we leave with Casey and Amaro heading to Cragsmere Villa before the rest of the party kind of regroups, which I think they're just heading to Trollskull Manor. But that is exactly where we pick up today. Which, let's start with Amaro and Casey. The two of you arrive at a rather nice villa in the North Ward, right across the high road from Trollskull Alley of Sardoon Street. Cragsmere Villa, nice estate, nice walled, fenced estate with 3 large buildings, one 5 stories tall, looks like the main manor. What are the two of you doing as you get dropped off here?
okay. I guess as we're kind of just, are we kind of walking up to the main door of the manor at the moment?
You're at the front gates, dropped off. Yeah, I walked through this courtyard. You see the front gateway.
Okay. Kind of just looking around. Amaro's like, well, okay, I did not know you came from this sort of nobility.
It's complicated.
Who exactly are we here to speak with?
My brother. Hopefully. He's not too busy.
Interesting. Is he anything like yourself?
No. No.
After a brief look, he's like, I'm not sure if that is good or bad.
Well, he's a very good businessman, so why we're here. Maybe he'd be willing to give his little brother some advice, hopefully.
By all means, lead the way.
Yep.
Hey, see, do you have keys to the manor? Do you?
Probably not. I got kicked out a while ago, although that relationship has been slightly mended.
One of the servants comes over, opens the door for you, and the gates swing open. He says, Sir Casey, what brings your grace this evening? You here to see Merrick?
He's not busy, yeah. That's the idea.
He's always rather busy. I'll go see if I can fetch him. Come in. And they have both of you enter into, like, the main foyer of the manor. Just a little small entryway. Nice marble staircase that leads up to the upper floors. Some imagery of the Cragsmere family on the wall.
Quite the sight to behold. Kind of reminds me of home in a sense.
Yeah, we have a lot of money. Well, I don't. They do.
At some point, you do not live here?
Not anymore.
Well, at some point, you're going to have to tell me a bit more about this. I would very much like some more context here.
There's a sigh at that comment.
We don't have to get too much into it for now.
Yeah.
Coming down the stairs, you see a well-dressed nobleman. Not much of a similar appearance to Casey at all, to be quite honest. He looks human, no half-elf to him at all. And he seems a bit older.
Fairly significantly older.
Gray hair. Quite older. As he comes down... Of course, it's you. Yes. What is it that you need now, Casey? Another loan?
No.
Gotten yourself in trouble again?
Probably not.
Oh. Well, then what has taken me away from my business today?
I came looking for some advice.
Advice?
Yeah.
On a business matter?
Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with Troll School Alley just down the road, but the old tavern there, I and some compatriots of mine are now the owners.
And this isn't about a loan?
No.
Well, where did you come up with the money for that establishment?
Adventuring.
I suppose tomorrow shone some luck on you then.
The one thing I got going for me.
What exactly is it that you're requesting from me?
Well, you and I both know that you know far more about business than me. I was hoping you could give some advice.
Oh. I do typically charge for consulting.
Okay.
Amaro's just silently observing this.
And who is your friend that you've brought here today?
He's one of the fellow owners.
Amaro Asada, formerly of Am. Well met.
And it's not your money that he's taken?
No, we have earned it together. Doing some work for an individual that I am told is known around these parts. His name is Volo.
Volo, yeah. Rather well known. Yes, I know he purchased that estate. I had my eye on it and the bidding, but the price went a bit too high.
Yes, we have just begun dealing with the various guilds there.
It's such a
And
dump down there.
considering I am from Am and not as familiar with the city as I believe your family is, if I'm guessing correctly, I believe Casey would enjoy some advice navigating these various guilds and opening up a business here.
Well, I suppose if you're interested in my consulting, and we could make a deal if you are actually opening a business. Well, I
Very well.
invest in quite a few properties amongst the Waterdeepian nobles, as well as own a few establishments, and we do lend quite a bit of money as well if you find yourselves in hard times, but of course there's an interest.
As would be expected. I realize that we may not be in your usual business hours at this time. At the very least, I wanted to make ourselves known to yourself so that you're not only dealing with Casey here. Perhaps at some point you could swing by the manor and see what you're working with there. And we could arrange for your fee to be paid upon that.
Oh, if you need a business consultant, then very well. I suppose that it's not too far away, not too much trouble.
Fantastic. And because we are going to have to bring this to the other co-owners, what would your normal consultancy rates be?
Really depends on what type of business you're trying to open and exactly what you want from me. I could help you manage some of the guild affairs and begin some of your basic business expenses and the taxes and everything. Get that set up for you, but let's call it for the first meeting only a 25 gold stipend just to go over everything that you have.
I believe that these would be very acceptable. That seems reasonable.
Oh, last I saw, that place was rather run down, though.
Yes, we have engaged at least the initial guilds in restoring the place, at least to an acceptable standards. Beyond that, it's going to become a bit more complicated as we go along.
Well, if it does become more complicated and more than you can handle, you could always consider selling it to the Cragsmere Villa. We own, like I said, a rather large amount of property in Waterdeep, and if it's too much for you to handle, Casey, I could take care of that.
No, I think I'll be all right. But I'll keep it in mind, I guess.
It is always very good to know, but Casey has proven himself quite capable as of late, and I'm sure that he will pleasantly surprise you.
Oh, very well. Then, let us set a date. Let me see. He grabs a small book that he has a schedule in, kind of goes through some things. And over the next 12 days, you guys set up an appointment with him in a few days.
Fantastic. Well met, sir. I look forward to you meeting the rest of the ownership.
I hope you know what you're getting yourself into, Casey.
I guess we'll see how it goes.
And before we leave, as we're leaving, Amara will sort of pause. Just a quick thing before you go. A thought popped into my head since you seem like a discerning individual. Perhaps you would know where I could get a lovely onion ruby red wine around here. It's been difficult to find.
There's actually a rather... Let me actually find... There's a family that does wine. And I know he would know, but I only know because I just set all these up. Let me find which family that is. Because they have a whole cellar of wine. I want to pull that up really quick. Give me a minute to look at it, but he will give you a name of a noble family that specializes in fine and rare wines.
This is very much appreciated. I will make sure to make use of these.
See if this will help me find it. Boop, boop, boop. Here it is. House Melchember. Where are they? Here they are. Other side of the city, directly east, towards the ocean. There is the noble family Melchember. He says, if you're looking for rare wines, that's the only place to go. They have a...
I guess they have been around for a while.
Well, they run the Wines Wisdom Hall, and they have a vintage house. From what I hear, the basement is filled with a rare variety of wines. One of your own fine taste. Amnian wines are rather hard to come by. I'm sure that if they're anywhere, they're there.
This is most pleasing. I'll make sure to make great use of these. Thank you again for your time today, sir.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Amaro. And apologies, I don't know if I gave my full introduction. Merrick Jones Cragsmere, head of the household.
Sorry, above the table, Merrick Jones, did you say?
Merrick Jones Cragsmere.
Jones.
Yeah, we have Casey and we have Jones. Huh? What?
Well met, sir. We'll see you in a few days.
One of the servants sees you out and locks the gate behind you as the two of you head back. Just a small walk towards Sardoon Street.
Consultation. Arrogant prick.
Yes, it is a first step, but to be in a position to negotiate, you need a proper position to negotiate from.
You know, I shouldn't have expected anything different, but maybe, just maybe, I thought he'd be impressed that I'm actually trying to get into the family business of business.
Yes, I did notice a bit of a history there.
Yeah, in case it wasn't obvious, we're not full brothers. Probably pretty awkward for him. He's also like 30 years older than me.
Yes, I got the impression there was an age difference. I didn't quite realize how much.
I have nephews and nieces that are older than me.
This sounds like a tale in of itself.
Yeah.
Not that
Kind
I'm
of.
opposed to hearing it.
He kind of rubs his ears right on the cuts. And then he snaps out of it and he goes, No, I'd rather not talk about it right now.
Understandable. But this is the first step, and at some point we will be in a proper position to negotiate even better terms.
Yeah. I guess.
With that, the two of you start to make your way. The other three, getting dropped off at the end of the high road at Sardoon Street. The hire coach takes this small fee of a few silver and drops you all off. 3 of you start to head down towards Troll Skull Alley. Anything you 3 are doing before they regroup? They're only a few minutes behind, really. About like 20, 30 minutes.
Apologizing for my stench. That's about it.
Sorry, Luzon, your microphone got real staticky there.
Oh, is it better now?
No.
Oh.
I want to replug it in.
Yeah, it sounds like you're coming out of a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, let's pull you 3 to Troll Skull Alley.
Is this any better?
It is.
All right, cool.
As the 3 of you get dropped off and start to make your way down Troll Skull Alley. Also, I've updated your guys' tokens with pop-out tokens.
Oh, there they go. Yeah.
Not everybody's, because Casey's head was cut off, and I don't think I did Amaro yet.
My
How
head
do
was
I
cut off.
like?
Yeah, your head is cut off. You're all right.
Sorry, I zoned out, and then all of a sudden my head's cut off.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I don't know. I feel like that's something I should worry about. Not having a head.
How do I make my character look the other way? Like,
F.
yeah, like that.
F.
Oh. Cool.
And B to talk. A little chat bubble if you're trying to dominate the role play. You have something to
F.
say and you can't get in.
All right.
It's F to pay respects.
Fast
Understandable.
clip. Yeah, the first thing you guys walk by, you've passed it a few times, but you see a bookshop open. The Bookworm's Treasure. And specifically, you see... Let me actually pull this up so I can... There is a description of it. The front of the bookstore is adorned with the charming sign of a gold dragon curled around a treasure hoard of books and scrolls.
Cool.
I think I'll take a step in.
Rehan stops, turns.
Oh, I'm filthy. I don't do. Do you want to be seen with me? Or should I just go back?
Oh, I don't mind you being seen with me.
All right. Well, let's make this quick. I gotta get back and clean up.
Oh yeah, you have something to do.
Yeah, Luzon, having just come back from work, yes, you're having spent a day in the sewers repairing, kind of covered in, like mortar and cements and things that you've been repairing the sewer walls with, and ankle deep, your pants are still they have the mark of being wet.
I forgot Amaro has prestidigitation.
Oh no way!
I do.
Just don't make it worse, because I've been hearing rumors about.
About me making people crap their pants.
I don't think I actually heard that, but I've heard.
I've heard
But
it's a
I've
possible
heard-
thing could be done. As you
Yeah.
enter, you see walls lined with books on the inside. Inside the shop is decorated with beautiful hardwood. An earthy scent of old books permeates the air. The library fills 2 full floors and 3-story building, completely filled with books. It somehow contains more shelves than it seems like it possibly could. And you see coming around some of those shelves as he hears the door just ting open up with a small bell. Rishal, a golden dragonborn. He steps out and... welcome, the Bookworm's Treasures. Is there anything I could interest you all in? Scrolls, books, anything specific you're looking for?
Just a wandering guy. But what kind of scrolls do you carry?
Well, I have quite a few scrolls, and Let me make it so you guys can all see this. You should be able to double click that book down here. And this is going to be a little
Oh, cool.
overwhelming. There's a lot of
There we go.
scrolls. But scroll past the scrolls, and there's a whole lot more books.
Scroll past scrolls.
The books are also filled to the brim with information, depending on which one you take. So, for instance, here's this.
Oh man.
All of them have different information, and these are all actual in-game lore books that they have in the game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Whoa.
This
I like
is
how
a-
you click the one that's a reference to a real book.
Here, the Wild Magic, 1372.
Spell scrolls. Good.
They didn't even
Art-
change the name. They just put Jules Verne. They didn't even like make it a parody name.
It is what it is. It's part of the lore. He says, I have many tomes from Candlekeep, as well as every rare book I could collect within the walls of Waterdeep. Is anything specific you're looking for? Feel free to ask. If I don't have it, I'm sure I can find it within a 10-day.
I like this. The art of weapon crafting. It looks like a book I'd be pretty interested in. A little too pricey for my blood right now, though.
That
Where's that?
book, The Art of Weapon Crafting, yes, one of the only copies highly valued. Gold lettering, even. It actually teaches you how to craft and make magical metals.
Oh.
Really?
Yes.
So these over table, some of these books can actually teach you a skill.
Some of these books are quite valuable because of that, yes.
Oh.
All right.
okay.
All right. Well, I gotta come back
Jewel,
to this one.
you see, he sees your gems. He says, I have jewel and gem cutting as well. This book is 350 gold, filled with information that could help. Of course, I had to increase the price because it's one of the only copies in Waterdeep.
Bookmaster, can you hold on to, or at least let me know if you sell them? I need to have these books, but I currently am short on the
Yeah.
funds.
And this specific book is actually, they do have a copy of this in your guild house, for not your guild house, your father's guild house. And it is a very expensive book, and it's where you probably learned most of your gem crafting.
Cool.
Good fucking god. I need to.
Someone get 1,001 ways to cook beans so we can learn how
Right?
to
I
cook.
mean, that was the first one that caught my the very first one I stopped at.
1,001 ways to cook beans. Every adventurer needs this collection of recipes.
Is there a way to see like that subscript that we have on the book? Is there a way for us to pull that up?
So you used to be able to just click on them, but unfortunately the merchant module kind of broke, and it just doesn't let you do that now.
Okay, that makes sense because
That's why I'm
there's a
sharing
couple of
them.
these.
Yeah, if there's
I
any
appreciate
specific ones you're interested in, feel free to ask.
All right, let me see.
Okay, I like proof I cannot write poetry, a fat man's chapbook.
See what that one has.
Oh, Mara's not there. This leaves me over the table.
I still want to see what it has in.
Oh, it's
This is
Mert.
one of my favorite books. Mert the Moneylender. Rather hilarious, to be quite honest.
Or Mert.
I have the money, so can I take a peek at the art of weapon crafting?
The art of weapon crafting.
I'm like super interested, but I'm trying to play it off like I'm not about to fall off the edge of my seat.
Oh man.
I would
yeah,
normally charge 200 gold dragons for the art of weapon crafting, but since it's your first purchase, I'd give you a 20% discount.
Oh shit, 160? Yeah, I'll buy it.
You know, can I make a suggestion above the table?
Yes.
Someone buying a scroll of arcane lock could be pretty useful.
Mm.
Because as long as it's on your spell list, you can cast the spell.
We'll
Let me
mark that
see.
off as him having 0 as he hands you a thick
It's not a
tome.
druid spell, I know that much.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I don't have that one. I'm pretty sure.
I think
I can get most of these.
it's on the sorcerer list, and I also think it's on the artificer list.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure for artifice. Artificers he has
Let me
that.
check.
As long as it's a possible one that a sorcerer can get, not one that I have to have sort of
Yeah.
known, right?
Yeah, you don't have to have it known just on your spell list.
Yeah,
So it's
in
good
order
to
to
have
cast a
scrolls of-
spell, yeah, it has to be on your spell list.
Oh, but
Okay.
the issue is the only one that can get it. It's not on the sorcerer list. It's on the artificer list, and he doesn't have second level spells yet.
He
Yeah.
can still cast it.
But isn't it a check if
It
you
is-
don't have
it
a spell
is.
slot for it?
It is.
Yeah.
He can still do it though.
Well, I mean, if we give him guidance, because what's the DC? It's a 10 plus the spell level.
I think so. I'd have to double check.
think that's
but
how it
I
works.
believe so. Yeah.
So yeah, let me take
It'd
this.
probably be worth getting.
Let me take this gold out actually before I get ahead of myself.
What am I doing with my life? I was looking at something else before I did that.
Yeah, 220% off, so 160, correct?
Yep.
All right, so let me adjust my amount. Ooh. And I am gonna read that book over our break and figure out how to craft weapons.
Okay. Very cool.
Does anyone else have anything they want in particular?
Coral is intentionally not stepping foot inside the shop.
I think we should open up a book club, and I think we should read the book together as besties. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I mean, no, honestly, we really could.
Wait,
Oh, we got dispel magic. I could do that later. Ooh,
I was gonna say magic weapon might be useful. Then I just remembered I literally just got my weapon enchanted, Lamau.
yeah.
Shield is a really good spell scroll to have if it's on your spell list, though.
Not for me. It sucks. Druids have no reaction spells, or they have one.
They have absorb elements.
Yeah,
That's
But
better
for
than
me-
shield at high levels.
at high levels possibly, but I'm already resistant to like 3 elements, so it's not as useful for me.
Well, then
Alright.
it's
As a watchful order of the Magisters and Protectors, I could access other spells too if there's something more particular you're looking for. I just might need a few days to describe it.
Yes.
Revivify scroll.
If you could a revivify scroll.
This is
I mean, I'll
Maui
have-
stone face.
Yeah. If I could recommend to a scroll for healing word, and later on, well, we don't even have the stuff for revivify, so I'm not worried about that yet. But healing word would be useful to have on stock.
And a Revivify scroll has the gem enchanted within the scroll itself.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
However, it's rather expensive, of course, just because of the material components.
Yeah, that I can already tell that scroll's gonna be something else. But yeah, possibly a revivify scroll, but definitely healing word. If I could have a few of those, it would save me some trouble.
Alright, and how many would you like to order?
How much are they each?
What level is Healing Word?
First.
First level.
First, they're 25 each.
25 each.
Yep.
Could you stock 3 for me?
Yeah. Give me a day or two and should have those in.
Thank you. Because Lord knows I need a couple of those in reserve.
Do you guys introduce yourself at all as the new owners down the road?
Yes. I'll talk to him. I'm surprised we've never seen your business before. We've actually been around this area quite a bit. Happened to become owners of a building not far down the road. Troll Skull Estate.
Well, I suppose I could get a bigger sign. Sandwiched between so many buildings in this small alley can be easily missed.
Absolutely. You have a treasure trove.
He looks with a very wide smile. Thank you for noticing. Yes.
Oh yes, I almost forgot. Yeah, we're the new owners, and then they're saying that reminds me, so I'll extend my hand and shake his hand. Nice to meet you.
He looks out past the doors. He sees it just barely open as he shakes your hand. He says, "Is your friend illiterate?"
I'm not sure.
He's a man of few words, so it's tough to tell, but this doesn't seem to be his most comfortable place.
I do offer teaching as well.
We do have someone who could use that if you offer teaching.
Man,
We have
Shade
someone
throwing.
who is in desperate need.
I know 4 languages: Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
Holy. Actually, do I know I could use some
Yeah,
of
I'm
those
trying to find out
languages?
which ones I know too. Flex on this guy.
Let me pull up my languages.
I'll say something in Elvish and like, oh, you speak Elvish too. Cool. I guess I
How
speak
much do you
Elvish.
charge to teach a language?
It would really depend. I normally only charge a small stipend. And mechanically, it would be the Xanathar's downtime for training a language. And
Yes.
there is a cost to that, 25 gold per work week, it looks like.
Okay. And I'll pull up the number of work weeks later, but that's that's something I'd be looking forward to. Yeah. This is by far my favorite shop.
So far.
Training in a language
Yeah,
or
I like it.
tool can take up to 10 work weeks, depending
Yeah.
on how it goes.
So 10 work weeks and 250 gold roughly. Give or take if it takes us
It might go a little
longer.
better. You might finish sooner. Otherwise, it can take over time. You slowly start to learn a new language.
what's your intelligence modifier?
I am +0.
Okay,
Yeah,
because the amount of winks does get
it
lowered
gets
by your
reduced
int
by
mod.
your int. Yeah,
Yeah.
which depending. All
Am I
right.
+0?
Yeah, you guys buy a few books. You order for him to scribe a few healing word scrolls, which he will have in just a few days.
Perfect. And then
Pleasure meeting you, sir.
The pleasure was all mine. If there's anything you request in the future, feel free to stop by.
Most
yes,
definitely
thank
will.
you. All right. And we'll step out. And then above the table once more. With this book, I imagine reading it will take some time to develop the skill in it.
If you wanted to do it as one of your downtime things for training, either a book or a teacher is what you need. So yes.
Okay. Then this will probably be my downtime.
What if you have the book and a teacher?
And a teacher. I mean, honestly, if I find a
Could
teacher,
speed it up.
yeah.
There may or may not be. Brain. What was I even saying there? I don't even know what I was going to say there. God, I'm tired.
Well, as you walk by the next building, since we're passing a little bit of time, we'll say you guys spend enough time in there that Casey and Amaro, the two of you, are making your way down as you see them stepping out of the shop.
I see you all got out in one piece.
Yes, indeed. Thanks to some quick thinking, Amara.
It was instinctual. I didn't even know it would work, but it seems to have.
I'm just glad that sneezing fit is over.
Were you headed to the manor or just exploring the neighborhood?
Dipping into shops as we see them. This this bookstore actually had quite a few interesting novels if you wanted to check some out.
Ooh,
And
I might be very interested in that at some point.
a few spell scrolls as well. They might save you some slots later down the line if we find ourselves in another fight.
Oh, as I'm sure they would. I find myself a little low on funds in comparison to how we were a day or two ago. So maybe once we build up a little more, yes?
I understand that. Besides, we do need to save up. I think some of us still need some money for the final charge on Troll Skull Manor.
Where are we headed next?
Yeah, I think we can go ahead to the manor unless anyone sees another shop.
You all walk past what looks like a small building, but there is a sign in the very front of, well, a nice building. But there's a sign in the very front of it it seems to be a private detective business. Somewhat unremarkable on the outside, only distinguishable by a mark of orange and black sign featuring a cat's eye. But it looks, other than that, looks like an apartment building. Small oil lamp burning in the front window. A private investigator.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Amara's curious. He's definitely gonna stop in. I am going to check this out if anyone would like to join me.
Sure, I'll stop in with you.
A knock on the door, as it is initially locked. You're fine. I leave it open. But a knock on the door as it's initially locked. A man opens it, and inside you see a regal apartment, dimly lit by flickering oil lamps, and a human male, blonde, short hair, kind of slicked back. He has a tobacco pipe in his mouth. Nice furnishings on the wall, golden gilded frames and chandeliers, and you see like a front sitting room. He says, "Ah, welcome, friends. Vincent Trench at your service. Welcome to the Tiger's Eye. I take it you're all in search of something or someone. Come in."
Thank you. Anybody is at any given time, am I right?
I would hope so. That would keep business flowing.
My name is Amaro Asada, and these are my compatriots here. We've just come into possession of that Troskal Manor just down the road.
Ah, the new owners of Trollskull Manor. See. Well, it is my pleasure to meet you. Tell me, as he starts to pack a pipe and smoke as he sits in a chair and kicks his feet up. What is it that you've come in for today? Is there something of my services that you require? Someone missing?
Well,
Something
at the
missing?
moment, I'm just exploring the neighborhood and meeting the neighbors, as it were. I would very much enjoy hearing about what sort of services you do provide.
Well,
How much is it to find someone?
Ooh.
Easy.
that, my friend, would depend on who. Most of the time. But I typically charge 50 gold in most investigation. Truly depends, but I can uncover any secret in Waterdeep.
I will immediately pull out my pouch and start pulling out 50 gold.
Ooh.
Now, sit first. Tell me what it is that you seek.
Man named Vic Swiftbrand.
And this man, where was he last seen? What do you know of him? Any affiliations? He's immediately writing down the name and has a pen out.
Mm-hmm. Last I heard, he was north, but he's come to Waterdeep in the past.
And I ask, is he, human? Tatharin? Eluskin? Who exactly?
Human.
Yes. And, do you
I'll
give him,
like
like...
a general
Full visual
description of him.
details? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
He writes everything down, goes through a few things. He says, no guild affiliations or anything that you're aware of, thieves or otherwise.
He's a mercenary, but I don't know any
Mercenary.
specifics.
Well, that is specific enough. It helps narrow some things down. And he'll take just kind of questions everything that he can from you. Gets like a nice long list. He says, do you suspect he's within Waterdeep's walls?
I haven't seen him, so
I
I
see.
don't know.
Then I will do what I can and get back to you before I charge you any fee. Should I think he's in Waterdeep and I find information, it will be 50 gold unless things get messy.
I'll pass over the 50 gold and then I'll look at Amaro. Where do we stay?
Well, currently, since we do not have any, the manor is not yet renovated, so we do not have beds or anything. Me, Rehan, and I think just me and Rehan for now have been staying in the Yawning Portal.
I'll just look at the investigator. I'll come back each day.
If you insist.
And then I'll just step back out.
Out of curiosity, do you charge per person, or would it be possible to negotiate a possible group rate in terms of finding out information about somebody?
Again, if it is a more dangerous person you're looking for, a Thieves Guild member, or something of the sort, that I typically do charge more for, as just the investigation alone could get me in a bit of trouble, but in most cases, a 50 gold stipend is all that I charge.
Fair enough, and I would hope that the people I am curious about information on would not have any such guild affiliations. Should that be the case, though, it would be good information to know.
Is this another mercenary?
No, these are a few potential employees. Back home, my father would always have his staff investigate potential hires. I am possibly interested in doing the same.
Well, if it's just employees and a bit of like a background check on them, I would charge you, let's say, 15 gold a person.
15 per person, okay. These I can accommodate, and I actually have a little bit of information for you right off the bat that should be helpful, and hopefully it would speed things up. And he pulls out his little notebook, pulling up the page where the possible employees wrote down their information.
Takes the list, copies it, says, I'll look into each of them, and give me at least a few days. I should have information for you by the end of it.
This would be very much appreciated. You can usually either find us, if you happen to finish earlier, we will usually either be at Troskal or the Yawning Portal.
Very well. Troll Skull, huh? Takes all the
Yes,
information.
there are big plans ahead there. Early days, though.
I saw the guild members outside the other day. I do hope the place is cleaned up.
Early days. It'll get there.
No. I'll be sure to stop by the establishment when it's right and proper.
We would love to have you there. Vincent Trench, it was great to meet you. Have a good evening.
The pleasure was all mine.
Tomorrow goes off into the night. Is it night? It's late afternoon.
Let's take a look at the clock, because I don't have my small clock popped up. 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Probably closer to 6:30 now. So it was 6 when we got to the villa.
Yeah.
Oh, in case you just throw up.
Nah, he's a little tipsy though. He's not blackout drunk. He rolled, I would think. I don't know what 11 means exactly, but
As you
He-
step in with a, I mean, you haven't been here too long, but let's just say you're already a couple drinks in and tipsy, as Liv has refilled it, and you see just a few glasses being cleaned by an invisible man.
Oh, we can actually see him this time.
Mechanically, you can, where he's standing, but right now, all you see is like a cloth and a mug being cleaned in the air.
Amara will take a seat and kind of just observe. I wonder if this is just a constant, or if this only happens during certain hours. I admit I am unfamiliar with the logistics of ghosts.
You see, he slides a bottle of wine near you, and it's held kind of like it's presented by a waiter.
Oh, what have we here?
That reaction, he starts to pour it.
Well then, good service already. I am liking this spirit.
Casey's probably on his like 4th whiskey. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah, the party all heads into the Troll Skull Manor. I mean, it's a dump right now, but you guys head in and sit. Kind of half-broken bar stool. Amaro, you kind of shifting on the stool as one leg is kind of a little bit shorter and broken and just teetering a bit. You can smell kind of the musky, moldy smell in here. Really needs a good cleanup.
I do not know about the rest of you, but until things are cleaned up a little bit, I may have difficulty sleeping here.
I've slept in worse places, so I think
Ain't
I'd
that
be
the
fine.
truth? Sorry, that sounded like an asshole move. I was just saying I have too. I wasn't insulting you. I realized that it kind of sounded like that as I said it. But here we are. And he slams the rest of his whiskey.
Here we are indeed. I take it that something happened during the talk.
I will let Casey take this one. It is his family member, after all.
Woof. What's there to say? He was a dick. No shock to me.
Well, I won't meddle too much in family business.
You may not have a choice. He will be swinging by here in a couple days as sort of a business consultant.
Oh. What would he be consulting about? Just
Navigating the various laws, taxes, guilds, the intricacies which normally I would handle, but considering I am still somewhat new around here, it would be good to get a professional.
I mean,
I thought the
he,
innkeeper guild guy was going to handle it for us, but I suppose the
No,
circumstances-
beyond that, I mean.
Well, we can always hear him out.
he definitely has something to share. He's other than the city itself, he owns the most amount of estate in Waterdeep and its surrounding areas. I think he said something like 7%.
Of Waterdeep?
Yeah. No, Waterdeep and the surrounding area. He owns a bunch of
Oh.
countryside too. Well, the family owns a bunch of countryside.
And you're a part of that?
I don't fucking know at this point. And he pours himself another glass.
Got it.
Yes, I am.
Hmm.
It's
Well,
complicated, he says as he finishes a sip.
I take it
Uh,
in that.
Taking that as a cue, Amara's gonna kind of look over to Luzon. Well, it seems to be a day of families. That was your father we met earlier, correct?
That was, yeah. We don't really speak much either. Kind of have a. Last time I spoke to him was maybe a year ago. Just been working since.
How's your old man doing, Luzon?
Well, I wouldn't know too much, but he seemed to be all right. Getting a little older there.
Yeah.
Time does that. Makes fools of the best of us. Sorry to hear that your brother is still being a jerk. He's
Yeah.
always like that, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Portugal, would you like to have a drink?
I'll nod.
Please. And
Whiskey
Amara
or
will.
wine?
Whiskey.
Ha.
Twins indeed.
You see another glass cleaned, whiskey poured.
Hmm.
Are you from Waterdeep as well, Kogo?
Close. Amphel.
Can I give a history check on that?
Up to you if you don't think your character would know what Amphale is. But yeah, you're welcome to roll a history otherwise.
Is it on the coastal or tradeways, essentially?
Anyways.
Because if it is, Amara might have passed through.
Yeah, it's on the long road between Waterdeep and Red Larch. So I can double check the map. Is that north?
I think it's like
Where's Red Larch?
northeast of Waterdeep, if I remember right.
Yeah, Amphale's the first. So if you look at the Sword Coast map, it's north, pretty much direct north rather than northwest towards Thornhold, around the Storm Mountains. Not far away. Couple days travel to get there. Probably 3-4 days, something like that.
Okay. No, Amara wouldn't have gone out of his way. He would have stuck to the main sort of trade road.
Yeah.
So if it's not there, he wouldn't know.
Yeah, then perhaps roll a history check. You've probably at least heard of it, but give me history.
Okay. And history. Not great, but we'll give it a go.
Yeah,
So close.
heard of it by name. Don't know where it is. You know, as far as he's, he could be saying "they" to you, and you have no idea.
Yeah. Casey has been through Amphal. I know that much, so.
Yeah. I think it's certainly anybody that spends a good amount of time here or might travel around the area has probably passed through it.
Caravan guarding and whatnot. So which half of your family was ranchers? This is a coy joke, because Amphil's known for beef.
Agriculture and fine horses.
Neither.
I thought it was beef, too.
Yeah, they probably do have beef. I don't see anything on here about it, but probably.
Fair enough.
Here it
It
is.
was just a joke, friend.
I'll smile, but it's not like a reassuring smile. It's kind of ugly.
What brings you to Waterdeep, then? You been here long?
Couple weeks. Just wanted to join the Grey Hands, the Grey Force. You?
I'm on the drive. I respect these.
Yeah, I'm from here. In case you didn't pick it up exactly, I'm nobility. One of the noble houses of Waterdeep.
Try not to hold it against you.
I appreciate that. Really, I do.
I think it's clear that like Corgo looks uncomfortable just with general small talk.
Well, unless there is anything else that we want to cover, we can start
Uh,
moving to the 12 days.
Yeah, not for this evening.
Yeah. Then let's go ahead and let's jump to the city map. And let's do 10 days of downtime. 12 days, I guess, to get the whole thing finished. But mechanically, we'll do a 1 week, 2 weeks of downtime, I mean, which would be... Actually, is it in a 10-day? It might be a 10-day per downtime. Let me pull it up. Downtime activities. A work week is 5 days, which means... and it excludes the weekends, so... Takes a work week 5 days or longer to perform. So yeah, we would say you guys can do 2 downtime activities. Or just do the same downtime activity twice. But essentially, like 2 work weeks of downtime activities will pass. So let's go one by one for what people want to do. And either the party can volunteer or we could just go down the list. How do you guys want to do this? Want to go down the list? Everybody kind of know what they want to do?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Okay, then let's just go down the list. Starting at the very top, player list on the bottom left. So, Amaro, we're going to start with you for 2 weeks of downtime, 12 total in-game days. What is Amaro doing in these next 12 days?
Okay. So basically, in no particular order. Hopefully, he'll get the introduction to the Master Mariners Guild from Broxley that he negotiated when he signed up for membership there. And yeah, basically see how that goes, and if it, does that. Other than that, gambling with Casey. I believe that was brought up. And oh, go ahead.
I was gonna gamble my first week. So
Okay.
Now,
And,
with the Master Mariners Guild, is there anything in particular you're trying to accomplish this week? Or just kind of get introduced?
Introduction, and should it be to his liking, basically what he's read about it so far, he would ideally like to join the guild.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe they provide sailing and navigation training for members for free, plus offer up their place as a alternative for places to stay every now and then.
Yeah. All of the ship captains kind of go through there. So yeah, if you want to head down to the dock ward sometime within this week, and we can say kind of early on, let's scoot you way down the dock ward here. I think the guild hall is here. Went a little too far. It's right here on Cedar Street, the Mariners Hall. You head down, and you can see like quite a few. They just look like sailors, all sitting around outside. And as you enter, you see some of them like talking to each other as they see you. Clearly, you don't look like a sailor, and some of them kind of like, "Who is that?" But as you make your way in, a very large hall, very nice building, the Mariners Hall. And as you enter, you find that there is a few... You can't immediately talk to the guild master, but you see like a receptionist behind a desk, and he welcomes you into the Mariners Hall. Welcome to the Master Mariners Guild. Are you a local captain looking to register your ships?
Thank you kindly. More just getting a head start on things. This will become need as time evolves, I figured I might as well get ahead of the curve here.
I see. Well, what exactly can I do for you?
I believe that my fellow guildsman, Broxley Fairfellow, has set up an introduction with your guildmaster.
Ah, you're here to meet Miss Boldek. Yes.
Correct. Yes.
One moment. Let me see if they're free. And goes into the back offices and brings you there, where you can see a woman who is somewhat rotund, sitting behind a desk in a very fancy kind of pirate garb, a full pirate hat on, and as you enter, she looks up and, welcome to the Master Mariners Guild. I am Miss Boldeg. I was informed that somebody would be coming as a representation. Who was it now?
The Fellowship of
The
Innkeepers, I
Fellowship,
believe
yes.
it was.
Yes, the Innkeepers, yes. Wasn't quite sure exactly what it was I was expecting, but it wasn't. Well, you don't look like a shipwright.
No, not in the making of ships, more in the running of them and financing of them.
I see.
And I understand that merchant fleet owners that operate out of Waterdeep, generally speaking, it's probably a good idea if they are members here, no?
Well, yes, of course. Many of them are. Of course, there's our rivals, the Order of the Master Shipwrights, but I can guarantee you that we can offer here at the Master Mariners better services than they can, and of course, we maintain our own ships. Repair as needed. But, well, you're looking to hire a crew then?
At some point, yes. I'm relatively new in town, and I understand that the guilds are, such as yourselves, are quite an influential presence here. Essentially, Broxley told me that this would be the place to come if I wish to possibly become a member here. And I, at some point, I am going to be in the market to finance some expeditions. I wanted to, get ahead of the curve and become familiar with the group before this happens.
I see. So you're interested in potentially joining the guild then, or just hiring some of our members?
Potentially joining, but I've read some stuff about your guild. I was given this Enchiladian by Volo, so it has a little blurb about your guild here. But I wanted to learn a bit more from yourself, if this would be possible.
Well, of course, all of the seafaring merchants, the fleet owners based within Waterdeep, and those who often trade within these walls will come through this guild, or are represented by them, at least. Well, you're looking to do the same, it would be wise to sign up with the guild. Now, of course, if you are just looking to use our sources as an outside non-guild member, it would be a 25 gold entry fee, but if you're looking to join the guild, it's 10 gold a year.
Very well. And as a guild member, what would some of the benefits of these be?
Well, we offer training, navigation. We have a warehouse in case you had anything you needed to store, as well as we have private lodging, a private bar for the members, the uniform, and she pulls out a small guild uniform. You see a red hat with a white feather plume and red shoulder caps.
Oh, quite stylish.
Yes, any official guild work along the dock ward, you should wear your uniform during. just so everybody's quite aware of your status. And,
I see.
of course, a level of protection from any concerns that City Guard might have about cargo being moved, things like that. Without being a member of the guild, they do like to pry, but we keep them at bay for the most part. Of course, dealings must be legal, and we need to know what you're moving for the most part, but can't check every
course.
ship.
Of course, this is very understandable, and I have no intentions of doing anything illegal.
What
That
exactly
being
is
said,
it that you're looking to crew and cargo around?
at the moment, I wanted to learn first off, a bit more about the guild, which you've given me, and second off, I wanted to learn a bit more about how things are done here, as far as guild operations go. Working on the ships around here, what exactly the guild would provide for incoming ships or expeditions. Like, for example, if there were to be a foreign merchant ship or fleet from Chult, for example, I imagine that they would have to use your services in some respect if they came here.
Well, everything should go through the guild, but there are some that skirt the rules. But yes, indeed, most shipments that come through our guild. No.
Yes, and this is what I wanted to get more experience and learn about more in depth prior to me financing any expeditions.
Well, very well. Let's just see. And she pulls out a small handbook and hands it to you and says, "It's a copy of the guild handbook. You're welcome to peruse through it. Normally given once you've paid your dues, but seem rather interested. I feel this is proper."
Fantastic. And Maro just quickly skimmed through it, looking for anything that would stand out as like a massive obligation or anything like that.
Yeah, nothing too bad. I mean, it seems like a pretty good deal for the most part. This isn't, as she has mentioned, the other shipwright guild, the Order of Master Shipwrights. This isn't the only way to get stuff into Waterdeep, but they seem to be on the up and up enough so. Mostly just look like a bunch of drunk sailors over at the bar in the front. Some people going in and out of the cargo hold. They have a large warehouse. Yeah. He says,
From what Amaro understands from what he read, shipwright is all about building stuff. He's not much of a builder, not much of a handyman. So
we could absolutely get some of the ship captains that you could talk to and help finance some of your investments and moving. You're not a captain yourself, yes?
perhaps at some point, and that is why I wanted to at least initiate and do a first step here.
Perfect. We do offer training if that's your interest.
I do have a great interest in this, and looking through this code that you have given me, it looks like everything seems to be acceptable here. If it would be all right with yourself, I would be very interested in becoming a member.
Yeah. So, do you want to? Would you like to spend your first week of downtime training here?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do that. So 10 gold to sign up to the guild.
Okay.
And then she says, now the first set of training will be free with your 10 gold sign up, but after that we typically charge 25 gold per work week if you don't quite get it down. But yes, we can train you in how to captain a ship, the finer nuances of leading a crew and how the ships work and docking and everything else that needs to be done.
This would be greatly appreciated. Here is the fee.
So go ahead and just
And he
remove
hands
10
over the
gold.
10 gold.
Yep. And go ahead and for this, just roll me an intelligence check.
Just straight up intelligence.
Just a straight intelligence check.
Where's my stuff? There it is. Come on.
A dirty 20. Within the first week, you find that you actually have somewhat of a knack for captaining a ship. As she doesn't take you too far out into the sea, but you do kind of get the rundown of the deep harbor. She even mentions now, of course, before you go into sea, we always say a prayer to the bitch queen.
Very well. Lead the way if there is a specific prayer.
And she grabs a small offering of, you can see like a small little pendant and some silver, and she tosses it into the deep harbor and says a small prayer to Umberly.
Umberly. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Any specific sort of phrase I should write down, or?
Let's see. I think there probably is. I'll see if I can find you one.
It doesn't have to be right this second. It can be after the session.
There's shanty to her.
There is a shanty.
Ooh. Early in the morning, way up.
I don't know if I have any specific phrase they might say, but, you know, she tells you what it is. Actually, here's a great one. This is similar to what she says. Great Umberly, hear me, the great queen of the sea. Heed this fervent supplication, as she throws coins in. Just trying to put a peace offering to Umberly so that the oceans safeguard their ventures.
Okay. I'll copy paste that so I don't forget it. Oh, can I? Okay, never mind. It'll just be there.
The bitch queen.
Here, we'll share some Baldur's Gate 3 art for you, too, as you see a statue to Umberly somewhere along the dock ward.
Yo.
Whoa. That's cool. Are those moray eels?
She commands all types of sea creatures. Sharks, ales, krakens.
Very well. I'll be sure to do the prayers as required.
And you're telling me you have to fight her in the other campaign?
Eventually.
Bro.
Okay.
But yeah, you spend your downtime there. Now I'm going to... Do we have the downtime tab? We do. I'm going to add a category or add an item. And it is going to be... ship training. And now this will be... Let me change that from 10. It's going to be 9 total work weeks that you technically need. And you are 1 out of 9 complete to learn how to captain a water vehicle.
Cool. 1 out of 9 weeks. Good to know.
Let's do the first week for everybody, and then we'll do the second week for everybody if you guys want to do that.
Huge.
Yeah?
Yep.
Go for it.
All right. Let's go down to C4 then. C4, what would you do for your first week? Casey, Caleb, Carter, Cragsmere?
Do we have to ask? Gambling, gambling, gambling.
All right.
150 gold.
Go ahead and roll me a d20 to start. This will be to decide kind of where you go to gamble.
No worries. Just a flat D20.
Yeah, just a flat d20.
I had
High
guidance.
would be good. Okay, a 6.
I had guidance.
You go to
Hang
kind
on,
of...
question.
Yes.
So, The background feature, because we talked about trading it out, is I have advantage on rolls related to gambling.
Yeah, go for it.
So it applies here too?
It would.
All right. Hoggers. Lamau!
So 6. So you go to like kind of a shitty gambling den. And what I'm gonna say with that is the percentage chance of a complication is a little bit higher.
What could go wrong?
But yeah, you let's say somewhere in the C ward, yeah.
Sure.
Way down in the C ward somewhere. You find a group of men
You mean
gambling.
dock ward?
What's that?
C ward's the nice ward.
Oh, dock ward. Did I say C ward? I dragged you to the dock ward.
Yeah,
Ignore
I
me.
figured.
Down
What
to
I
the
mean,
dock
not what I
ward.
say.
I mean not what I say, but I did the right thing. As you're dragged down to the dock ward. So, games of chance are a way to make a fortune and perhaps a better way to lose one. Resources. This activity requires a work week, that's fine, and at least 10 gold, to a maximum of 1,000 gold or more as you see fit that you're going to stake. How much do you want to stake?
150 gold.
150 gold on the table. You have to make 3 consecutive checks. Now, you're quite familiar with this. You can replace at least one of them with a card or gambling item that you're proficient in, be it cards or chess or whatever you would like to do here.
I have a question about how you're going to do this.
Go ahead.
So you generate the DCs. Do I get to see that? And do I get to know what they are ahead of time? Because that'll kind of depend on how I do things. Do I get to know the DC or not, basically? And do I know them for each roll?
I don't think you really get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the randomness of this.
Yeah, no worries.
So we have 3 rolls you can make, and you can replace any one with a card gaming or a gaming set that you're proficient with. So the DC for each is random, 5 plus 2d10,
Mm-hmm.
meaning a minimum of 7, a maximum of 25.
Yeah.
To start off, you make 3 checks: insight, deception, and intimidation. You can choose if you want to replace any of those with a card gaming set. Insight,
Replace.
to read who you're facing up against the table. Which do you want to replace?
I'm going to replace deception.
Okay. So give me an insight for who your opponent is as you sit across the table.
Ready. 18.
An 18 is pretty good. You sit across the table from a group of sailors that just came in from Baldur's Gate, and they look like easy targets. Go ahead and roll a deception or a card roll you're proficient with. 10 cards.
Woohoo!
24. They would need a real high roll on this. Oh yeah, you begin to play cards, they get shuffled out, and quickly you just start, like, the table is a pile of chips on your side, and they have, one of them's already lost his shirt, the other has his hat on the table, and they look like they're pretty much out of luck here. The final thing would be an intimidation.
Oh, man.
Natural 20. They would have to roll perfect to beat this.
Almost.
17.
Well, wasn't it an auto succeed? Because I would beat the DC, right?
Yeah, I
met it.
guess you're the one facing it, so meets it, beats it. Yeah, that's fair. Either way, you succeed.
Yeah.
But that is 3 successes. You gain double the amount of money you bet. So you had put in about 150 gold's worth, and between the hat and the shirt that you can sell, as well as all of their gold, you now have 300.
So I add 300 to my current gold, or I add 150. I'm just
You
wondering how that
gain
works.
double the amount you bet. So you would have 150 and 300.
Okay. I didn't subtract the
Dang.
150, so I just add 300.
Add 300.
All right, cool beans.
Wow.
I'm gonna put
Nice.
that as 30 platinum.
And you have cleared out like a whole crew. And one of the captains kind of comes up, he's watching from over. The complication for this is going to be 15% rather than 10. Roll me a D100.
Gotcha.
Low is bad.
Should I advantage this too, or nah?
No, not for the complication.
No worries. It's fine. Complications are fun. Now we're chill.
No, you're good, nice and high. You see the captain looks, he says, I told you not to mess with that one. Grabs his crew and walks away. No issues. Hey, so in your first week, you make 300 gold.
Ugh.
We'll go down to Korgel. Korgel, your first week of downtime in Waterdeep, free of Blackstaff Tower and the quest Vajra keeps sending you on. Now here with this group, but things are slow and quiet. Not much going on as they're repairing their inn. You haven't seen much of a reason why they sent you other than that drow issue, but that's already handled. What do you do for a week?
Well, each day I am gonna stop in at that
Tiger's
privatized-
Eye.
the Tiger's Eye. And then I think for the first week I'm gonna go pit fighting.
All right. Actually, I'll leave it up to a roll for the first few days. Oh, yeah. Within just a few days, Vincent Trench seems to have some information. A man fitting that description did come through Waterdeep not that long ago. He was last seen somewhere in the Dark Ward, and I think that he's currently not in the city. It might take me a bit more time to actually find his current location. And seeing as I mostly deal within the walls of Waterdeep, you want me to track him down outside of them? Would ask for another 25 gold.
Korgel will look in his pouch, count the coins. I'll be back, and then I'm gonna head to the pit fighting ring.
All right. Very nice. And a nice reason to go pit fighting.
I didn't need a reason, but I'll do it anyways.
Let's jump to the pit fighting ring, which I do have a quick map for you. Drop Korgel onto them.
That looks like fun.
Korgel for pit fighting. First of all, you see quite a few people within the ring. A group of dwarves with a large grouping of bugbears and some goblins that they seem to command. On the other side, you see a whole bunch of commoners, one other half-orc that kind of catches your eye. He looks like he's seen his fair share of battles. Other than that, really not too much of immediate note. There's another half-orc woman as well on the other side. But nobody that you immediately recognize. Some of the party does. We go to gambling, pit fighting here. Pit fighting includes boxing, wrestling, and other non-lethal forms of combat. What type does Korgel get into? Sword fighting, boxing, wrestling, what is it?
I think, I think for now he'd stick to wrestling.
Okay.
Wrestling.
Uh,
What's your stage name?
do you have a stage name?
I do not.
Ah,
I don't think Korgel would think to come up with a stage name.
we need to get you an agent.
I was already thinking a halfling might approach him after, but we'll see how it goes.
All right.
So, perfect. So resource-wise, engaging this just requires the 1 week. It doesn't require anything from you money-wise. You have to make a series of checks. A random DC on this as well, based off the quality of the opposition.
Okay.
You're going to make an athletics, an acrobatics, and a con check equal to a bonus on that con check of your largest hit dice, which for you as a fighter, is it a d10? I think. Let's check your hit dice.
The D10.
Yeah, d10. So you actually have a bonus of 10. Or a d10.
So I'd roll my normal con and then also a D10 on
Con
top.
check with a d10. But to start, an
Okay,
athletics
got it.
check. That'll be the first check you make. And let's just say you face off with a deep dwarf. Duragar. Some of the party might recognize that face. He
Okay.
didn't stay in jail that long.
Oh, no.
Damn.
Dang.
Do I go ahead and make the roll?
Athletics check for me, yep. And then we'll roll the DC. Hey, 23. He needs almost a perfect
Complexity.
roll as well.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a good fight, too. The first fight, Zemk, the Duragar, runs over and goes for the legs, tries to make you top heavy, tilt her over, but you quickly plant your body weight, twist him, and suplex him backwards.
As I throw him back, I'll just yell after him. I'm sorry, I need the money.
Oh, on my back! Ugh. As you slam him in, he'll go take to the sides. Next opponent steps forward. You see a female half-orc. Something you notice around her neck. Small necklace with a serpent symbol. The second roll is an acrobatics check.
Is there any way I'd know what that symbol means?
That would be a history check. I would say with advantage. Well, actually, Rayhan, do you have any of those
I
symbols
mean,
on you?
It is visible to any of the teammates.
It's
They would
visible.
know.
Rayhan has that symbol on him.
Okay, so it is advantage or
No,
or
you know
would I
it.
know?
You know.
Oh, okay,
You know
okay,
it.
got it.
Rayhan has it, and he's a Zentrum member. It's a thieves guild.
Okay, got it. Okay. And you said it's an
Acrobatics for this one, yep.
All right, this isn't gonna be as good.
Suplexity.
Oh,
Nope.
Don't worry.
She cannot
maybe.
roll or below that because she has a +5, but let's just add.
Is this an
+5.
auto fail on the wrestling in general?
That's just an auto fail on the second check.
Okay, because I was gonna use my inspiration.
You're
if it's an
welcome
auto-fail
to.
in general, but
You win more money the more
Uh,
you win.
yeah, you know what? Actually, this is incredibly important for Korgel. I'm gonna use that.
It's only a
that
DC 11.
inspiration.
Yeah, at least a 12.
yeah.
All right, inspiration used.
Oh,
a 5. It only went up by 1. You
That's
see
fine.
Yagra, though not as strong, swiftly outmaneuvers you and wins the battle. 1 for 1.
You got Rey Mysterio'd.
She's kind of huffing.
She
She's
says,
fast.
"It was a good battle. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Yagra Stonefist. And perhaps we could try arm wrestling next time."
I'm just kind of out of breath and I wave. Korgel.
She steps away as you catch your breath. Final round here is a Constitution check plus a D10.
Plus a D10. Oh,
You cannot lose.
holy.
With that, 2 successes. You don't lose the third one. And we're gonna say you go up against a Minotaur. As you see the dwarves, one of them steps forward. He says, "Aye, try your hand on this one, damned bastard." Sends over a Minotaur into the ring. puffing as smoke comes out, starts to kick the dirt behind him. And the two of you get into like a stalemate of strength, but you just out kind of not maneuver, but you outlast him in the fight, where he starts to get exhausted by like the third, fourth round, and thrown to the side, he falls and collapses, and you see a halfling just call out, "And the winner is Korgal." The Minotaur shamedly walks back to the side. With that, 2 successes. You win 100 gold.
Nice. All right, that's exactly what I need.
The halfling comes up after. "Yeah, name is Garros. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I noticed you don't seem to have a stage name, a uniform, anything of the sort."
I think you're supposed to be on the other side.
"Oh, we're done wrestling. Here's your 100 gold victory points. And I just wanted to know if, well, you needed a consultant for your wrestling endeavors."
Why?
Well, because as I said, you don't have a stage name, nor a uniform. Just all rather mundane.
Does it mean more money?
He looks 50-eyed left and right. It could.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah, roll an insight.
All right, let's see. Oh God.
I'm gonna give him a deception.
Was almost a
He
2.
says, "Well, it would mean more money for you and for me. I would be your representation in the ring and get you some more fights. More expensive fights, higher bets. There's a secret ring underground, a fight coming up soon. I'd love to see you in it."
Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful. The prize for that is 10 times this, I promise. Of course, I'll take a small fee just for my connections, work, all of that.
Korgal will just nod. He's so kind of winded from the Minotaur.
And he tells you of this underground fighting pit. He says, the only thing is, those fights can get a little bloodier.
Oh, even better.
Good, good. I thought you might say something like that. And with that, you find a connection. A halfling that seems to be your face for this underground fighting ring. Garlos.
What was his name? Okay.
Carlos with a G. Garlos.
Okay, got it. I'll make a note of that.
You're telling me you'll buy my songs and get me into show business? Well, golly gee, Barry Gordy, I'll be happy to sign.
Add 100 gold to your winnings and go ahead and give me a D100. 1 through 10 is bad. 94. I should start doing high. I really should. But with that, no complications.
Okay, nice. I will afterwards, and we don't have to do anything about it, but I will go arm wrestle that orc woman. My pride is hurt.
All right. Yeah, you introduce yourself to Yagra and spend some time watching some of the fights. She says, "You new here to Waterdeep?"
Well, I've been here before, but longest I've been here.
Think I've seen your face before in these pits.
No, never been here.
You're not in any guilds, are you?
Remind me, the Great Force is a guild, right?
They are.
Or are they considered a guild?
They're
Okay,
they're like a mercenary company. But yeah.
I like super cops.
Yeah, I was thinking about if I want to say that.
We're feds. And you're in an underground fighting arena because
Yeah,
it is very illegal in Waterdeep.
Gotta look around. Nope.
Huh. Have you ever heard of the Black Network? We're more of a family than a guild, really.
Oh God.
Yeah, I love it.
It's Rayhan that's part of the Zentarum, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Rayhan. I don't know why I always get those names wrong.
Oh yeah, I have a friend who's.
Oh, shoot.
Do you
I don't
tell her the
finish it
name?
because I don't actually know if I'm supposed to say that or not, but I'll start saying it.
Oh, some of your friends are already Zents. That's good. Oh, enough chit chat. She kind of grabs a beer from a goblin that's just going around serving everyone and says, "Let's arm wrestle." And just for this, just an athletics check. She's gonna do one as well. Nat 20. You absolutely blow her out of the water. But she doesn't seem too upset about it. She says, "I expected as much. Well, might have been able to outmaneuver you on the ring, but you're quite a fair bit stronger." And she kind of rubs her bicep that's sore now as you slam it down on the table.
After I slam her arm down, and she says, "I'll stand up. I'll." Is that goblin with the beer still around?
Yeah, they're going around serving everyone, yeah.
I will grab one, down it, and just walk away. All right, bye.
Wait, alright. As you walk away. We'll go back up the town here. With that, we go to Luzon.
All right. So I think there's just a few things I want to do. I think I'm probably going to be limited by the number of them. Um, but the main one I want to do is keep doing work for the guild. See if I can work to make some money. Um, the second one is help out with the parents' shop um, when I can.
Mm-hmm.
And the third thing would be try to make some tinker with some tools, make some weapons or something that I could sell.
Okay.
So I don't know how many of those I could
You can do
feasibly
all
do.
three, because, I mean, going to the shop is not a big deal. You would just help out in between the work week. And I think that's fine. You see your sister behind the counter for the most part. Um,
Be sure
down,
to like pick up groceries and stuff if they need it, or like I don't
yeah,
know.
down past the high road at the very end of the castle ward here. Olma Hazan's Jewels. As you see Duhar, your sister, behind the counter, and uh, she's, for the most part, doing the majority of the work here. But she says, you know, Father really does want the best for you. Why is it that you left his guild?
I know he means well. I disagree in how the on who the guilds cater to. Um, I don't feel like the clientele that we sell to are those. Um, are we really helping those around us? And that's kind of where I'm at. And that's kind of why I'm trying to help out with the current guild that I'm in.
You'd rather work in the filth of the sewers.
It's not prestigious. It's not nearly as fun and clean as working with diamonds and jewels, but that that's work that's fundamental. It's building the infrastructure of the city. The most the only thing I could take pride in before was I sold a fancy gem to some nobility.
He's not going to be around forever. He just wants better for you than walking around in muck.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll figure it out. You seem to be taking the mantle quite well. And I'm
I'm
still
not
around.
nearly as good as you are at gem cutting, brother.
Would you like me to try to help out a little more?
She smiles. Never mind. Can you just go get this? And she gives you a list to go shopping for.
Happily, yeah.
But yeah,
Humans can be confusing.
you spend a week working at the guild house, and go ahead and for this, you can turn to a honest trade and earn a living. It represents your week of work here. You have a job and you have a week, and that's all you need for resources. Resolution wise, the same thing. You're going to make a series of checks: athletics, acrobatics, and either using a tool set, and performance or charisma. So there's a
Okay,
lot here. You can make
cool.
an ability check, and you have multiple options. I'm going to just share all of this.
Okay.
And normally you would do something that fits, right? Oops, I did not copy it apparently. So it can either be athletics, acrobatics, a tool set, performance, or a musical instrument.
I feel like I'd probably be best off with a tool set.
Most likely what you're doing for this. I think acrobatics or
Yeah.
athletics would also be fine, but if you're best at a tool set, then yeah, you grab your tools, you go down to the sewers of Waterdeep.
All right, let's do it. All right, so I'll roll one of those.
Just one roll.
All right.
Petered on the 19, went to a 14.
Yeah.
I will tell you, this is on the lower end. It is 9 or lower, and then 10 to 14, 15 to 20, or 21 plus, if you wish to use your thing. Otherwise, you just earn a modest income.
Oh, like I could reroll it for inspiration. Is what
Inspiration, yeah.
you're saying? Yeah, let's try it. Why not? Oh no, not in the dice.
It's unfortunately less money.
Ooh.
Oh man, it's hard earning an honest living out here.
You only earn 60 silver.
Yikes.
Maybe I should go join the fight pit. This is rough.
Or learn how to gamble.
It's
You're
it's
welcome to
not a
join me.
lot of paying, but at the end of the day, you meet with your guild master here at the old guild hall, and Malarigo says, good, you repaired the walls. Here's your week's pay," and just a bag of coins. It looks heavy and great, and you open it, it's all silver. He says,
Oh, this is pretty sad.
60 silver points. Of course, it's average pay for our skilled workers, but well, there wasn't that much to fix this month, really.
I'm just happy I could help. Gotta find a new job.
As you make your way out, yeah, add 60 silver.
I did, very
Not,
sadly.
not a lot. You know what's unfortunate about this is all the other stuff is so much more money. The best you can get on this is a comfortable lifestyle of plus 25 gold, which still isn't that much compared to like pit fighting or something.
So can I try to like make weapons or make equipment or like to sell?
Yeah, we'll do that for your second week. But first,
Okay, cool.
there's a chance of a complication. So anything below an 11, go ahead and roll me a 100. E100.
Oh no. All right.
90. I've really got to start doing high instead, I swear. Okay, yep. No issues, no complications this week. But with that, you spend some time at the family shop, take care of your father, and help your sister out at the shop. And other than that, you're spending your time in the guild hall and in the sewers.
All right.
We will jump now to Rayhan. What do we do in our first week of downtime?
All right. Quick question before I pick.
Mhm.
If I choose to commit crimes, could I guide myself
Let me take
for
a
the check?
look at crime really quick here. Thieves' tools, investigation, perception. Yeah, I feel like I'd allow it.
Okay. Then first week we're gonna go for it. I'll go for the DC 15.
Yeah, so let's start because I like to read these off because I'm not 100% familiar with them all anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes it pays to be bad. This activity gives the characters a chance to make some extra cash at the risk of arrest. A character must spend 1 week and at least 25 gold. So 25 gold out of your pocket. That's for
Mhm.
gathering information on potential targets for committing this crime. You will make a series of checks with all of the DCs being chosen by the character according the amount of profit sought for the crime. So you get to choose your DCs. You can choose an
Yeah.
easy target of 10, a little bit harder at 15, rather difficult at 20, or extremely difficult at 25.
I'm picking 15.
DC 15. Okay, that's your DC for these checks. To attempt a crime, you have to make 3 checks. First, a stealth, and a. Yeah, let's just do that first. Stealth check.
Let's pull that up. And the guidance for that. Beautiful.
23. You're very stealthy. Absolutely. No one sees you in this. Then a thieves' tools to pick some locks.
Now for that, I will use straight dex because I don't have a modifier anyway for thieves' tools.
You can learn it though.
You're not
I
proficient
could,
with
but
thieves'
I
tools,
don't
no?
have time for
Yeah.
that yet.
Yeah, we gotta get you proficient on thieves' tools. 14.
Ooh, just under.
Same thing. You have the opportunity of using your inspiration, but if not, your call.
I'll let that one go.
Okay, 1 failure. Not able to get through some of the nicer locks. A little bit of gold stays in a lockbox. The next one is your choice. Investigation, perception, or deception.
I will do perception.
This ain't a place for no hero.
2
That one I'll
failures.
reroll. Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Ain't no place
DC
for no
15.
better man. Is he gonna re-roll the D4 too?
Ooh, thank
Hey,
God. Yeah.
much better. With
I could have
two,
gone for a higher target. Shit.
with two, yeah, true. With 2
Yeah.
successes, it's a partial success, netting you half of the payout. 100 gold means you only get 50. You left 50 in a lockbox.
So that's a net gain of 25 after the 25 spent. Okay. Not
And
bad.
you steal from a merchant. Now here's the complications.
So
Let me
let's
just
see.
see here.
Well,
A life of crime is filled with complications. Roll on the crime complication table if character succeeded on only 1 check. If the character's rival is involved in crime or law enforcement, a complication ensues. A complication ensues if the character succeeds on only 2 checks.
I don't think I have a rival. Not that I know
The party technically has a rival, but not a crime rival. Yeah, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
you currently don't have a rival. So no complication. You just steal some gold.
Oh, you don't even have to roll to see if there's a complication. That's wild. I'm making a rogue for his backup character.
of.
You automatically get one if you failed 2 of the 3.
Yeah.
And then if you have a rival, you fail. If you fail 1, you get 1.
Mhm.
He doesn't have a
Yeah.
rival yet. Which
But it could easily go south.
notes for me that I need to add a rival for you.
Yes.
But then
If
you
I-
become a rogue with expertise, and then eventually you also get I can't roll below a 9, or I can't roll below a 10.
Right. Guaranteed a base amount of money. But hey, that 25 DC gives you 1,000 gold.
and then you sneak in pass without trace for the first roll.
So-
It's literally impossible to fail the stealth roll.
Rayhan,
Yeah.
add 50 total gold. That's about all you steal in gems, jewelry, whatever it might be, from a prosperous merchant. Making your way through, let's say, the market, you just kind of steal a few things here or there. You see one merchant has like a lockbox under their table, and as they step away, you kind of slip in and go to pick the lock, but can't get in. You just move on. 50 gold. That's your first week,
Nice.
and we go back to the top of the list. Amaro, back to you.
Yo, bro, we going gambling together or what?
Yep. I'll be right there and join you for that. Just 2 quick stops that basically will be taken care of very, very quickly.
Yes,
It'll
yes.
take like an hour or 2, probably. First off, kind of, I guess, on the way back from his last training with the week with the Mariners Guild, he'll stop by the yawning portal to talk to the
Obaya.
Chultan lady that he met.
Obaya Uday.
That's the one.
As you enter, she's sitting in the corner, a couple of her Chultan guards nearby, and you see a group of adventurers selling her a nice, what looks like a helmet that has an encrusted gemstone on it. You can tell it's just a common magic item, or an uncommon magic item, and she hands them a sack of gold, but she sees you approach, she says, "Ah, I never forget a face, Amaro. Nice to see you."
Abaya, lovely to see you again. I see Etras business is going well.
Indeed.
Well, unfortunately, I do not have significantly rare stuff for you today. I do have something interesting I think you might be curious about, at least. And he pulls out Grumshar's spellbook that he has. I believe you mentioned that you are in the market for such things, yes?
Let me take a look.
Hand it over.
Spellbooks are rather valuable items. My lord would like to buy it, I'm sure. She scrolls through it. Give me 1 second, I just got a cough. Oh, my voice was getting wheezy. She scrolls through it and link the spellbook for me, and let me pull this up to get you a price. And let me change the music from sinister music.
There you go.
This go to a tavern, actually. Go to tavern music.
Yeah, I tried opening up spellbook there and whatnot. It's not showing me the spells.
There's just that arrow you gotta hit, I think. No? Okay, let me open up your inventory. Level 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 level 1 spells. Okay, let me take a look at how much she pays for these spell books. Deep Dragonheist. Dungeon of the Mad Mage, there it is. She is from Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Hunt for magic items and spell books. She's also interested in buying spell books for Wakanga Otamu. That is her lord, her,
Oh.
I think
For a second
king.
there, I thought you said Wakanda.
Wakanga.
There you
It's
go.
very close. Wakanga
Ah,
Tamu.
He's pretty based, I'm not gonna lie.
alright.
My lord in Port Nyanzaru would love to have this book. I would pay him 25 platinum pieces.
25 platinum pieces. This seems acceptable. I would be happy with this. Out of curiosity, I know there were some changes back in Schultz. I do know that formerly had quite the presence there. I believe no, it wasn't too many years ago that there was some sort of separation there. I admit I only heard through of it. Wasn't firsthand, so I don't know the details. But what exactly happened there?
She shrugs. DM doesn't fully know. No,
Fair
I would have
enough.
to take a look. I actually don't know everything about Chult. What exactly are you referring to?
I believe it was formerly a colony of the Port Nyanzaru, or however you say it. And then closer to the Dragonheist timeline, they kind of became independent.
Well, she would certainly inform you on that. I need to read up on Chult history. Because
No
I
worries.
don't.
I was just seeing if there was
Oh, you're
anything
good. You're
unique
good.
there.
Nothing too unique from her, at least. She talks to you for a while about Chult and back home.
Very well.
Yeah, the colony was in a competition with the much larger port Nyanzaru. Yeah, I would have to read up on this, to be quite honest. Port Nyanzaru, harbored port settled by Amnians, mighty fortress. Yeah.
Ruled by the merchant princes. They have big races on dinosaurs
I know that much.
because it's Chult.
I just don't know the full history of the creation of the port or any conflicts between them, but I would say that you spend the day talking with Ubaya about
And just in
back
the tavern
home
and drinking and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Okay. And assuming that's all that happens in the tavern that day, afterwards, on his way back north to the Trollskull area, he will sort of stop in the big market in Castle Ward that Luzon did his fencing in, I believe it was. And he will find, like, I'm presuming that even though it's not super late at night or anything, it's still got a bit of a crowd going.
Well, this is throughout that next week, so this could be any time that you choose, really.
Okay, yeah, then it'll be afternoon, sort of closer to sunset.
And I mean, I think that's funny. So yeah, you see Rayhan like sneak out of the market.
Yes. Amara will just give a little smile at that. He doesn't know exactly what Rahan was up to, but he has a feeling he can guess.
He caught
Nick,
me.
I need an answer
he
to my
caught me
question.
picking the lock. That's why I failed.
I need an answer to my question in the Discord.
Oh, depending on the spell book.
More for better spells, yes.
And so sorry, I guess I add an amount to my
250 gold or 25 platinum. She pays in platinum pieces.
I'll just do it for gold and simplicity. I'll add that.
Platinum is lighter.
True. Okay, yeah, platinum. 25, right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Sort of as he just smiled at Rayhan leaving there, he'll find a little kind of spot that's isolated, not too far away from people, but, still there, enough so that he can kind of speak aloud and not necessarily be overheard. And he'll just take a seat on like a bench or a raised corner or something like that, and pull out sort of just a gold coin, fumbling with it. And then after a few minutes, he'll be basically just start to speak aloud to himself, essentially, and semi to the heavens, I believe. My golden lady, it has been many months now since I last played you. Over half a year, I believe. I mean, in the absence of any particular temple or dedicated site to you here, I hope that this center of trade is close enough to your purview to hear my prayer today. Obviously, a lot has changed in my life, and unfortunately, my family is no longer with me, but my thoughts keep going back to them, and especially my younger sister, Mariana. She was one of your Wakinar. Very devout. She had heard tales of individuals who were either born or became the chosen mortals of their respective faiths. I believe there's something about Mistra. I don't know that, but he would go on and on about these. She always dreamed of becoming one of your chosen someday. What did she call it? I believe it was the Oratian. She would call it. She would call these hypothetical beings based on some sort of archaic language, I believe. I always humoured her, but in my heart I dismissed the notion of these individuals she invented. Uh, Despite this, and despite being so young, she was much more devout than I I always envied her in these. I don't want to take up too much of your attention, so um, though I have not been in Waterdeep for a significant amount of time, I find myself discomforted to not be able to find any place dedicated to the Golden Lady. It is disheartening. As this great loss that I am referring to, I feel it heavily unbalances the scales of my inner being, and I wish to balance these scales once again. I may not be the most holy or devout of individuals like my sister was, but if I'm to start a new life properly here, I would have there be some form of place or group to, or for people to gather in their shared faith towards a common goal. I believe the Golden Age. I once heard your clergy speak of these the Golden Eyes. My sister, unfortunately, may not be around to see this become a reality, but I would not have her dream be lost forever to the ages. I ask you to hear my prayer as I embark on these new ventures that I am sure you are aware of, and to give a sign of your blessing in undertaking them. And he'll sort of kind of hold the coin up to the sky a little bit. As part of the charges at Telethar, the bold find gold, the careful keep it, and he'll flick the coin, and the timid yield it up. And he catches the coin, and he'll just nod and walk off towards
Before you
Troll's
walk
Skull.
off, give me a religion check.
Uh,
Dun-dun.
any chance I can do this with advantage?
Uh, no, because you haven't
No, okay.
given any coins to her, or like, like if you went to like an area and like blessed something or gave coins or something, but in this case it's just a prayer, so just a religion check.
Not bad.
Okay.
14.
Average.
You see a hire coach moving past, and a group of kids run by, and at that same time the horse kind of quickly stops and the carriage shakes. Small satchel falls off the back and lands at your feet as you kind of are in this moment. The carriage continues away before you can call to them to stop.
Oh. Okay. Did it look like somebody deliberately threw it out, or
No, the carriage bucked as the horse had to quickly stop for kids running in front of it, and a bag fell out of it.
Okay, I guess Amara will grab the bag and have a look at what's inside.
Roll me a D100.
Ooh.
Rolls a 1. You find a severed head.
Okay.
It's a small bag filled with 13 gold coins.
Okay. He will grab these coins, and these kids. What sort of makeup are they? Do they look like wealthy noble kids, or just average street kids? Or?
You see two boys, a human and a tiefling. And one of them shouts over, "Come on, hurry up, quick!" And they start to dart behind some tents. They look like they're thieves.
Ah.
That could be us tomorrow.
Amara will actually just casually sort of trail them, not getting too close, just observing what they do, actually.
You see Quick And where's his goddamn friend? I forget his name. Here he is, Martin. Martem. See two
Ooh,
boys running
Ooh,
through.
one horn. Oh, that's cool.
The other seems to be broken off.
broken off as in he left, or?
No, his horn,
Horn.
Rayan.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I
Um,
couldn't see that.
but yeah, no, you see them kind of dart around some of the tents, and they're looking at stealing from a merchant, the two of them standing there.
Okay. He's just gonna observe and see, gauge sort of how they do this to see their level of talent.
Roll me perception with advantage because you're watching.
Okay. Uh,
Oh wow.
15. We're gonna give him light a hand roll. A 13. I'm also gonna roll for a merchant.
Oh fuck.
oh
He
boy.
does not do very well. You see, as he goes to reach over, he goes to grab what looks like a just kind of a bag of clothing. Looks like silk clothing. He goes to grab it and tries to run out the back, like from underneath the tent. So he's lifted up the back of a tent. He's grabbing a bag and sliding it forward, and he actually can't see that the merchant can see him, and his hand gets stepped on. Ow! Ah! And he lets go as his hand is like red and swollen.
Ah, okay. Um,
Go on, Aladdin.
Amaro, can you see the other side of the tent, or just the hand being stepped on?
You kind of like lean over. You see just a vendor. He's just selling silks, different clothing and jackets, and even has some blankets. But yeah,
Okay,
mostly
he will
silks.
use his undetectable mage hand, grab some of the silk, and throw it over the vendor's head.
Trying to hide it from him, or trying to
I mean,
cover his
there's no
face.
unless he's super magical. I don't think he can detect it in any way.
No,
Basically,
I mean,
trying
what
to
exactly are you trying to
distract
do
him.
with the? Are you trying to hide the silks, or are you trying to cover him, distract him?
Trying to cover him so that he's covered in the silks, and basically will have to step off the hand.
Roll me an Arcana check. Oh, dirty 20. As the merchant goes to grab his bag, one of the silks just like flies up in his face, and he kind of steps back, stumbling back. And Martin says, "Quick, grab it!" And they dart down an alley with the bag.
Okay. Amaro will just casually follow, dismissing his invisible mage hand.
Funnily enough, you see them kind of go close to Troll Skull Alley.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
They go down
is that my
Delzorin
son?
Street. And you see the two of them run down Delzorin Street and dip into Troll Skull Alley.
Rayon, who's the baby mama?
Um, God, what's her name?
I thought Casey was the only dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Amaro will just sort of just casually follow them, and in the alley because he's going that direction anyways.
Yeah.
And do they acknowledge him at all, or no?
Well, if you want a stealth, roll me a stealth, and if
No.
you
Not even trying to hide myself.
if you don't, I'm gonna go off of. So they're running. Are you trying to be seen, or are you just kind of like casually following?
Not. I mean, I'm not making a super effort to hide myself, but I do sort of want to see where they're going.
Yeah, I'll roll a d20 to see if they actually notice. So they're running as quick as they can, and I mean, there's a lot of other people in the streets. They don't ever notice you following until they get to about here. They turn, they start to look around. You're kind of the only one in the alley, and Martin kind of nudges Quick. He says, "Are they following us?"
And what did they get away with exactly?
They have a bag of clothes, silks. Looks like it's probably worth a good amount of coin. They would have to pawn it off somewhere.
Is it like neatly packed so that I can't see the silks, or is it like
Well, it's
obviously
like a
bulk
burlap
bulge?
bag, and he had like a bunch of different clothing articles in there. So you can see at the very top some silks poking out, and they probably dropped one or two as they ran. So you know it was just his clothing.
Okay. Mar will just use the invisible mage hand to grab the little bit of silk he can see and sort of just play with it a little bit there, back and forth.
Martin kind of steps back. What's going on? And Quick looks over, seeing you, and hey,
Are you not wondering how you managed to get away with all of this?
what's the big idea?
Just teasing a little bit. I wanted to ensure that your venture was successful.
Do we know you?
The name is a motto. And coincidentally, I'm one of the new owners of that building, pointing to Trollskull over there.
Look, we don't want any trouble.
Do not worry. You will get no trouble from me. In fact, he goes in and the sack that he picked up. In fact, and he doles out, gives the boys 5 gold each. In fact, I encourage your entrepreneurship. Just ensure to be a bit more cautious next time, yes?
Hey, thanks, mister.
Encourage the youth.
If you're ever looking for some work, come and talk to me. I will be either in this building at some point, but I'll be around the area.
Quick nods and says, "We'll definitely come see you. Thanks.
And your names were?
I'm Quick, and this is Martin."
Which one's Quick?
Quick is the tiefling. You know, tieflings often name themselves based off of something, a thing that they find interesting or intriguing. In the instance of the one that applied, allure. She's very alluring. Quick is very quick.
Okay, cool. I like that. Wonder what
Rayhan. He's very
That was
Rayhan.
Not all of them. Not all of them. Some of them have normal names. They've bucked the tradition of their previous names.
I do realize that it was a busy market and everything. Perhaps which one actually got his hand stomped on?
Quick did.
Perhaps next time Martin here can create a distraction so you can get away safely, yes?
Yeah,
I would hate for you to be arrested by the City Watch or punished in some way.
that's a pretty good idea. Thanks.
It was my pleasure.
We'll definitely come see you. I would love to get some work. We we live in the streets.
Anywhere in particular? Like just around here? Or
There's an abandoned house I've been staying in.
nope. Hang on, my screen went black. There we are. So sorry, did you point to somewhere?
Just one of the houses along Trollskull that they were about to sneak into. It's an old abandoned little tiny house here, but sandwiched between that they seem to be kind of squatting in.
Oh, okay. I see. And does there happen to be anyone other than yourselves that comes into this place?
Sometimes. There's like 8 of us.
8. Good to know. Your friends, if they are similarly inclined, I would be happy to potentially give them some work if they are looking for it.
All right. Yeah.
Have a good evening, Quick and Martin. I look forward to speaking with you in the future. And he will stroll off towards Trollskull to hopefully find Casey to go gambling with.
Absolutely. So with that, a prayer to Joaquin in the market square. You go and find Casey, which we will drag back up here as well, no longer down there.
Did I do a quick little interlude before Casey arrives at Troll Skull?
Absolutely. Since we're going to do your two things together, go ahead. What do you do on the way there?
So, seeing that he just earned a decent bit of money gambling, he's gonna stop by the Tower of Luck.
Okay.
He's gonna go off for a tithe. And depending on who is watching, Brain, remember your own daughter's name, Lamau? Shh.
Mary?
Yeah, Mary. Golly. I was thinking Lyra for some reason, because her middle name's Lyric. I don't know. Whatever.
Mary.
She might be with me. Unless someone else is currently watching her.
I mean, you can always have the maid stop at any point, but I think that in between work, she's probably it's either God, what is Kira? Is Kira the name? Yes, Kira. Let's roll a d20 and see whether or not she's being attended to when you arrive. 17. Yeah, you see Kira is home as you pop in with Mary. She's currently being attended to, but you're more than welcome to take her around.
Yeah. Hey, can I take the tyke?
Sure. Yeah, it's been a few days. Sure she'd love to go back out. I've got to get ready for some things anyway. Yeah.
Right, you got that, Brain, you know words. Use them properly, please. Oh my god, I'm so fried today. Try out. That's not what she called it, but that's what Casey's gonna call it. You know what? He's just as dumb as I am right now, so it works out.
Tryout, yeah, for the Griffin Cavalry. I'm doing my exam to see if whether or not they'll take me.
Well, you're a lot smarter than I am, so I'm not too worried about it. And he winks.
It's about more than being smart. I have to control the animal.
Well, I'd give advice, but it's probably worthless, so good luck.
You're gonna be there, right?
Yes, of course. Is it today? Above the table, is it today? Casey remembers. I meant to write a note on the calendar, but I didn't because I.
All right. It's in 2 days.
I think it was 2 days.
And if you hadn't
I'll
said
be there.
anything, she was going to be very upset that you forgot. So, since you remember, you do attend it.
Yeah, because I was going to write it down. It was like, Casey will not forget this, but I sure did.
Because if you had forgotten, she was going to be very upset.
Yeah.
All right.
And he knows that.
Then, yeah, you attend the Griffin Cavalry tryouts, and she's gonna make a couple rolls. We're gonna say 3 rolls, and go ahead.
Would this be considered foul play if I tapped her shoulder right before it started, said good luck, and cast guidance?
Well, because guidance only lasts 1 minute, it's not gonna work for the series of tests that she's doing.
It wouldn't even work for the first roll?
No, it's more of like a full tryout, 10-minute flying around.
No
they
worries.
have you do like an obstacle course. They have you do some flips. So guidance not enough to affect this, unfortunately.
No worries.
You could bless her or something if you had that, but not guidance in this case.
Do we consider that cheating?
You don't think it would be considered cheating?
Okay, I'm gonna say Casey subconsciously does it though. It's kind of not something he does on purpose, but I will cast bless.
All right. Thanks. I'll do my best. And she jumps on the back of a griffin, and she's going to... We're going to say that she's proficient with animal handling, since she's been training in this. She's going to make 3 checks, though. And in order to become a Griffin Cavalry Rider, and it is a high DC, if she makes these checks, then she will immediately be advanced to that spot in the City Guard. If not, then she has another chance in the future, but not at the moment. To start off, it's going to be an animal handling of 15, and then an athletics of 15, and then a constitution saving throw of 15.
Okay.
The animal handling. Not good. She needs to make 2 of the 3, by the way.
Okay.
The griffin immediately starts to try to shake her off, and she struggles to handle the griffin. Even with a D4, she fails on that. The next one.
Oh, wait. It wouldn't matter anyway. I thought you said something about proficiency. Or does she just have a 10 wisdom?
She has an 11 wisdom.
Oh, all right.
She has proficiency in animal handling, but an 11 wisdom. She's going to go ahead and make... I'm going to say her strength is higher than what's written on here, though. Let's up that a little bit. She's going to make an athletics. DC 15.
Are you just basically using a guard stat block?
Ooh.
Basically, she rolls on that 1. She goes to do flips. She falls
Can I
off.
use my inspiration for her?
If you want to.
Do I want to? Sure. Why not?
All right, she'll make a new roll on the athletics. She needs a 12 or higher to successfully do these acrobatic flips with the griffin.
And the D4 doesn't apply here, right?
This is a check, so no.
Man.
It's her first time trying out on the Griffin Cavalry. It does not go well. I'm going to roll the 3rd just to see if she makes any of them. Con save, the D4 does apply, and she does
Alright.
make it. She's able to do the full obstacle course, but it was very poorly done. She fell off the Griffin a few times, had to pull herself back on. The Griffin did not listen to her in many cases. And you can see some of the city guard just kind of oohing and awing at a lot of the acrobatics of it. And there's quite a few people applying, not just her. But unfortunately, she fails. And then she lands back down, kind of walks past, just looks at you and... Try again next month.
I'll be there.
Thanks for coming, though. And she gives you a kiss on the cheek and turns and, with her head down, because she's clearly somewhat depressed on this.
Before you go,
Yes.
I don't know how much this might help, but I might be able to introduce you to someone. We'll have to plan it for a day, though. The day we both have off.
And
he's,
who's that? You know someone that trains griffins?
No, but I know he's a very insightful person. He might be able to give better advice than my dumbass can give.
Sure. I'll give it a try.
All right. Add to future encounters, Casey taking Kira to Flam.
Okay.
Mm.
But with that, after stopping by your house and spending that other day watching Kira's griffin riding, you eventually make your way back to Rollskull Manor. Is Mary in tow?
Yeah.
All right.
And remember, what's the rule about me taking you here?
No drinking?
That's the rule too.
Oh,
But also don't tell mom.
don't tell mom.
There you go. Hey, how's it going?
As he walks in with his daughter up on his shoulders.
Ah, hello again. How was your week been?
Hi, everybody.
week's-
My week's been fine.
My week's been good, but well, I guess it's not too important.
Fair enough. I believe you mentioned something about playing some cards.
Oh yeah, that was my last week, so we'll see if my luck still holds. By the way, we can just not RP it if you don't want to, but I do donate like 25 gold to the Tower of Tamora.
The Tower of Luck.
Tower of Luck. Golly.
Where in the hell is that again? I know I passed by it
Seaward.
earlier this week.
Right here.
Yes, Tower of Luck. Perfect. And the Sighing Maiden's Walk. You stop by the Temple of Tamora, make a donation. How much did you donate?
25 gold.
Give me a religion check.
Okay. I spent gold. Do I get advantage?
In this case, you do, because you're in a tower and you've donated.
It's fine. I'm dumb, so I probably won't do much better. Yeah, that's about right.
It's an 8. You don't feel any blessing shine upon you, but you donate. You see some of the clergy there, but mostly human, wearing robes with a coin, not a coin, Tamora's smiling face on it. It is a coin, right? Yeah, that's her symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with a coin on it. And one of them just says, a donation. Are you feeling down on your luck?
The opposite, in fact.
Good.
Had a pretty good streak.
And Tamora shines upon you.
Don't I know it? Smile.
And with that, you give a nice donation. They thank you for it, and you head over to go gamble.
Alrighty.
Amara does pipe up before they head off to go gambling. While I am more than happy to come and play some cards and hopefully, win big. We do need to make a quick stop. It's not very far. It's literally just over there. I believe I saw some sort of shop that did smithing or something like of that
Steel.
nature.
Oh yeah, the spick and span. I've been
It
practicing
won't.
my reading.
It should not take long. And he'll swing by there before they head out and go gambling.
Yeah, the steam and steel. You can see. Let me pull that up as well. You can see steam billowing out from the many windows around the indoor forge. And front doors, you knock and enter. You see a water ganassi. Let me pull us to Full Skull Alley again. There we go. Drag you over here. You see a water ganassi and a fire ganassi. The fire ganassi currently forging a metal, looks like a sword, but in the middle of crafting, so not quite formed just yet. And the water ganassi answers the door as you all knock, and welcome to the Steam and Steel. I'm Avi, and this is my husband Ambrick, and we are the owner and operators. I've never seen your face before. I don't think you have any current purchases with us that we're working on, so I take it
Not yet, anyways.
You're here to possibly buy a weapon or armor. We make some of the best.
This is correct. You have good instincts. My name is Amaru Asada. This is my colleague Casey. We just became the new owners of Trollskull over there.
Ah, Troll Skull! You see her Emmerich yell as he's forging and slamming the hammer on the steel. He says, "Oh, that place was a dump. Glad to see it's getting fixed up."
Oh, it will look better than ever before. It may take a little bit of time, but we'll get there.
Apologies, it's really steamy in here. I try to keep the windows open, but it doesn't quite vent.
No worries. I find myself in need of services that I believe are of your purview. I don't know much about these, so I figured this would be the right place to come to. And he pulls out the armor that he got off the elf, studded leather, I believe it was. Essentially, I just need to make some alterations to this. Take off various insignias and kind of basically make it alter it to match, well, this. And he gestures to himself.
I am gonna roll a history check for them. You see, Abby says, "Sure, we can take care of that." And Embrick says, "What's that now, Abby? Let me see." Takes a look at the vest and, "I'll quench this steel. I'll take care of this." And he places the leather vest on the counter and says, "You want the insignias removed?"
Indeed. I basically want to make it more nondescript, fit my general sort of style here. I'm going for more my personal thing. Its former owner, let's just say, his luck was not on his side.
Yes, you would like it to be a lot less identifiable, I take it. Where'd you find this?
It was from a
This is the Xanathar thing, right?
no. It was the
Bregan
elf.
Oh.
It was from a an elf that had no further need of it. Let's just say he lost it in a wager of sorts.
Give me a deception.
Okay.
We smoked that man.
And you all see a big puff of steam come out as Avi fills a pool of water and cools and quenches the steel that Embrick was just working on. And yeah, he cannot beat that. So he just he looks up, he looks back down, he says, "All right, fine. You didn't steal it, did you?"
No, absolutely not.
Avi
I would
says-
never.
Avi comes back over with the medal and says, "Embrick, I'll take care of it." And he says, "All right, Avi, that's a Bregan Darth symbol. Just be careful with them."
You are familiar with this group.
Yeah, who wouldn't be? Only a fool. That's the Drow.
Let's just say he was the gambling type that he should not be the gambling type.
Or let's just say, if you get me or Avi in any of your trouble, then... Embrick, it's fine. I'll handle it. Now go back to smithing. And he pushes Embrick away. You can see Embrick very hot-headed.
How much do I owe you for your services?
Well, it will take us some time to take care of it, but just to refurbish it, that shouldn't be too much. Just say 15 silver.
15, I can do this.
Gold and 5 silver.
Okay. How much silver would be just one gold piece?
10 is 1 gold.
Okay. I basically just will give the equivalent of that, what I have, because I don't quite have 5 silver, but I can convert my copper.
Yeah, break
And
down a
you can
gold.
give enough copper to get that.
You could also break down a gold into silver. That's fine too. They can give you.
This is true.
they
Yeah.
can give you
Okay.
change.
Cool. Oh.
So take away 2 gold, give yourself 5 silver. But with that, they'll refit your studded leather, and you meet 2 more of your neighbors, a hot-headed fire ganassi. And Avi says, "Don't worry about Embrick. He descends from Efforts and Calamsham. He's prone to mood swings." And Embrick says, "I heard that."
Calamshan. I am familiar with this. My family back in Nam did some business with some Galamshites.
My great-grandfather, who was a large... Well, most of the humans these days call them genies.
Ooh, well, that's a rarity around here. Well met. Always good to see someone from closer to my region around here. It's been fairly isolating out here, but luckily I have some new friends. And he'll smile at Casey there. When should we come to pick these up?
No, something like that should only take me maybe a couple hours. Just to refurbish it.
Question above the table.
Yep.
We had talked about it. I don't remember if this was specifically mentioned, but the idea is that we can get equipment at half price as Force Grey members, right? Does that include?
Yeah, but
play?
Amaro doesn't know this.
No. I know. I'm asking because I'm debating whether I want to place an order here or go get it from Force Grey.
You'd be better off getting it from Force Grey.
Yeah, that's the idea. So, Casey says nothing.
Okay. Thank you very much. We'll
Although,
be back in a bit.
Always welcome to support local business. But no, that's fine. Let's finish up this round of downtime before we do a break. So, the two
Then
of
we're just
you-
gonna go gambling.
Yeah, the two of you want to go do some gambling, yes?
What's your
Mhm.
deception tomorrow?
6.
+6?
Yeah.
Is it the same with persuasion?
Yep.
Oh, he's got it.
Alrighty.
Well, I
Oh.
could roll terribly, knock on wood.
Let
Yeah.
me move the clock up too. To be quite honest, I didn't expect Downtime to take this much, but we're getting some good role play in, so I'm fine with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move us to the 21st.
Oh yeah, we should long rest. I don't think I've done it yet.
One thing I want to note, on the 19th, as you guys were traveling through, it was Fay Day, and the streets were lined with people in costumes. Think much like Halloween, somewhat, decorated in the butterflies hanging from lanterns, like that look like little fairy dragons and fairies. People wearing masks that look like all type of fey creatures. All of Waterdeep streets are just decorated.
Cool. Ooh.
How much is
Reminds
Dust of
me of
Disappearance?
home
Is
that
it
whole
25
day.
or 200? I don't remember.
Sorry, that was two people at once. Dust of Disappearance, I can check the price. But what else was said? I completely missed the other thing.
Oh no, just saying it reminds Ray on the phone.
Dust of Disappearance is 200 gold.
Okay, if it was 25, I couldn't remember. If it was 25, I would have totally had Casey do the Doulahan bit where he uses Dust of Disappearance on his head and then carries around a helmet on his shoulder, on his arm. But that's a bit too pricey. Next year,
that's an
when we're
expensive
filthy,
costume.
stinking rich. When we're filthy, stinking rich, Casey will do that.
Absolutely.
All right, let's hit up your two gambling. So the two of you are gonna gamble. Let's just do one and then the other. So top to bottom, Amaro. Same thing here for gambling. This is going to be 3 checks. One can be replaced with a gaming set, and you choose how much you bet, anywhere from 10 to 1,000.
Okay, I'm gonna put up the 100 gold I have.
100 gold is bet. Give me an insight.
Insight?
Insight.
Oh, do we need to roll for location?
No, that was just for the first one. It takes too long. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to speed through some of these.
Where's my insight? Oh boy, this ain't gonna go well. Okay.
You have proficiency with a gaming set?
Yeah, I do. Oh,
You could do
right.
that.
I can replace that with something else.
You could
can't
replace it
I?
with a gaming set if that's what you want
Okay,
to do.
let's
it's
get rid
it's
of that,
insight,
yes.
deception, intimidation, and you can replace one with a gaming set.
You probably should have kept the roll, but here we are.
I'm fine
Oh,
with it.
Okay,
Whoops.
no worries.
yeah, that was terrible. So I'm gonna replace that with deception.
Well, so no. So you can replace one of these 3 with a gaming set. Insight, deception, intimidation have to be made. One could be a gaming set instead.
Oh, okay.
Are you proficient with playing cards or dice or?
I am proficient with playing cards. Yes.
So you can use that instead.
Okay. Yeah,
Playing card set for the first roll.
And so, where do I find that? Oh, just here.
Right
Okay.
under your skills, there's tools.
Oh,
Well,
there we go.
Not impossible to beat it, but a very unlikely chance. Yeah, you win the first round. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll a deception.
Ah,
oh man.
Ooh,
I would
That
have
was
to
bad.
roll almost snake eyes to lose. Let's see.
it was
It was
almost.
low, but not that low. The second round, you lose. Somebody kind of out poker faces you, and wins the second round. So 1 for 1. The next thing is an intimidation check.
No boy. And this is the last one?
Last one.
Yeah, I'm going to inspiration that. Screw that.
Oh.
Inspiration, thank
Feels
you.
so bad.
Go for it. Go for it.
It's not terrible.
15. Let's see what we get. 15.
Ooh.
Barely.
Meets it, beats it, so you're good. That means 2 of the 3. You gain the amount you bet plus half again more. Man, they
So,
worded that so poorly.
150?
They worded that as poorly as they could. So do not remove 100. You gain 150.
Okay, gotcha.
I gotta start doing that. This is.
Yeah.
Although my
Luzon's like,
business
why do
is-
I work?
Yeah. this
Why am I
honestly
slugging
stuff
through
is-
shit?
This is terrible.
Gambling is so good.
You work.
Pit
because we
fighting's
are
good,
not persuasive.
gambling's good, crime is good. Work?
Crime is really good.
Work's not as good.
Oh, work sucks, man.
A lot
Fortune
more
favors
honest
the
stuff.
bull.
Casey, there as well. Let's jump to you. Same
Alrighty.
thing. Insight, deception, intimidation. You can replace 1 with a gaming set. And oh, well, before we do that, actually, well, that's
sorry.
fine. That's fine for this. Amaro, give me a D100. Low is bad. Like 10% chance. So you're fine. All right. First one is a 19. You do succeed on the first. How much are you betting? You have to say.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
You're good, you're
It's
good.
200.
200 gold. All right, that's 1 success.
'Cause he's
20
fucking
platinum to be specific.
Now, which did that replace? The insight?
No, that was insight. I haven't
Oh,
rolled
that
my
was
gaming
insight.
set yet,
Okay. Next one would be deception.
which I'm rolling my gaming set for.
Go for it. Aren't you a paladin? Aren't you charismatic?
Wow.
Apparently not enough.
Not enough.
All
And I
right.
already used my
You did.
Sag.
All right, 1 for 1. Final one is intimidation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There we go.
This advantage is amazing.
16.
Yeah, that's amazing, actually.
That's not too bad. 2 successes, same thing. You gain the amount you bet plus half again. So you would gain 300 gold.
300. Another 30 platinum.
Pretty damn nice.
This man's got like.
Same thing. Roll me a D100.
Man, it has been a while.
64, you're fine.
Casey's a great gambler. He's just never had enough to get this good with it.
Let's go to
Volo put him
Korgel.
in.
Korgel. Sorry, I did not mean to cut you off there, Casey. Korgel, we jump to you for your downtime.
First I'm stopping by the Tiger's Eye to pay for him to continue looking.
Yeah,
I don't remember how much he said that
just
was.
another 15 gold. I should be able to invest at least into finding his current whereabouts. Going to pay a few people to go take a look. Be sure your money is well put.
I'll hand him the 15 gold and yeah, I'll just hand him the 15 gold and step out.
He nods and says, have a nice day, Korgel. Always a pleasure talking.
I'll just
Unless you
run
leave.
back. And then I think I'm torn between trying to read.
Sounds like Casey.
No, I'm heading back to the pit fighting.
More pit fighting. Let's go.
I'm gonna go find the halfling.
Garlos?
Yeah, Garlos, to see if.
Do you take his advice?
Take me with you.
Who was it that said that?
I'll say this is Luzon. I kind of want to go with you. Just
I'll at some point during the last week I would have just kind of casually mentioned that like I've wrestled a minotaur.
Let's just say Garlos like shows up at your abode one day. He's like, all right, I've got this for you, and it's like a full spandex suit. I'm gonna let you choose what your wrestling outfit and name is, but he's gonna give you a wrestling name and outfit.
Oh man, I will I'll look at it.
Take your time.
If you want a quick answer, you can look up Oblivion Fighting Arena, because once you become the champion, they force you to pick a name, and they have 3 pre-generated ones that are pretty cool.
He says, "Yeah, you need a name. You need a name."
Corrigal.
No. Like the Devastator or Strong Arm Breakback. So you need a name. What about the Terminator?
I'll kind of like it. Luzon, you wanted to come with me, right?
I kind of want to just do anything that isn't just working because
It's like, look, the spandex has eye holes. You'll be fine.
I'll kind of look over at Luzon. You know any names?
Well, let me think on this. How about
This is also me buying myself
the
time.
Green Machine?
I'll look at him and look down. Oh, I am green.
And henceforth the name.
I'm throwing in
Okay.
all the Oblivion ones.
I have to make some alterations to the spandex, but that'll work.
A Crimson
Yeah,
Tide,
like,
Roll Tide, baby, Alabama does.
Yeah, it looks like it's the green machine.
Oh no way. Okay, I just came up with
No,
that.
no, I'm going with it. I
Okay.
don't think
Sweet.
I was looking at stuff, but I was also like, I don't think Gorgle's smart enough to come up with something. I think he's just kind of like, all right, whatever gets me in fighting something.
All right. Cool.
Carlos says, perfect, the Green Machine. We got a couple matches up for you. Who are you? And he looks at Luzon. You was standing?
I don't usually fight.
Yes.
I mean, you look like you
Yes.
could fight.
I could try to take a swing at things, see how it works.
All right, we'll use you as a stand-in if we need you. Come on.
Okay.
I'll just pat Luzon on the back.
All right. I think I could do this.
You can't go by Luzon though. That sounds too much like loser. They'll say something. They'll do something. You can't.
Oh man, that's a big L right there.
We got lists. I got all the Oblivion ones.
Oh, did you post them? Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're in the Discord.
What about I don't know, like the Metal Man or like no, that ain't it.
How about like Full Metal or something?
Full Metal, I like it.
There was that day that you were really smelly.
You want to do something with that?
Yeah.
I picked your name. What do you think I should be called? We're gonna regret this.
I don't think you want to ask Corgle.
The odorous annihilator. No.
Scent of death.
Oh no.
The scent
How-
of
How
death.
bad was that first impression?
I like it. You're the scent of death. I can sell that.
All right. I'll like sniff myself, make sure everything's fine.
The two of you head off to go pit fighting. So same thing here. It doesn't cost you guys anything other than the week, and 3 consecutive checks, and same thing, random DCs. So athletics, acrobatics, and then a con check plus your hit dice. We'll start with Korgel. Athletics. Oh, I gotta turn off Joaquin Tide. Music playing. Back to the pit fight music. Damn, Korgel, I can't beat that. Athletics, you succeed on 1 round. Acrobatics.
This is where it sucks. All right.
Need to find a way to cheese that for you.
Oh, I
Oh,
cannot lose
rip.
to that.
The duality of man.
Yeah, it's gotta happen.
1 to 1.
They're just so fast.
Con check plus a d10.
All
Your
right.
weak spots, high flyers. Rey Mysterio messes
Oh, and
you
I'm
up.
sorry, I forgot to even note this part. And this is how you can get around that. If desired, the character can replace a check with an attack roll using a weapon.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it too late to go back and do that? Because that
It's
would
not.
be
It's
much
my
better
fault
me.
for not mentioning it. So you could replace your -1 with a weapon attack, which I'm sure you would have done.
Do I roll that with my actual weapon, or am I just rolling that as a?
I thought he's doing an unarmed strike because it'd be the same as rolling with your actual weapon unless it's +1.
It is a plus
It is
one
a plus
weapon.
one. Yeah.
It is a +1. Yo.
Yeah, we both got our.
Yeah,
Yeah,
long-
you can
yeah,
roll.
exactly.
You can roll with the weapon. There's a sparring match that he's like, "You got this,
My
big
helper's
guy."
not a +1 on.
Oh, wow.
Oh
Oh,
man.
no.
Wow.
You could
Still somehow
lose
did
if he
better.
rolls Snake Eyes. And Casey, I forgot to upgrade yours. I need to.
Yeah.
He does
that's
not
no-
roll
no
Snake
big
Eyes.
deal.
So, all right. So on the weapon one, he does beat you. But then you gave me that con. It's not a con save. It's a con check.
Oh, a con check.
I don't know
Okay.
if there's any difference there for you. There is. It's -2 on that.
So it's 12 instead
it's
of 14.
12.
Got it.
And let's see how that goes. 15. So that is 2 losses, unfortunately. Only 1 win. You only get 50 gold. He says, we'll stick to the wrestling. We'll stick to the wrestling. I think that's the way to go. They liked your name, though. That was good. You hear the crowd cheering?
I'll as I walk by, I'll just kind of pat Luzon on the back. All right, you're up, Stent.
All right, I'll try to buff myself up, do some warm-ups.
All right, the scent of death. Everybody in this corner, we have the scent of death, a newcomer to the pits, and you won't want to get a sniff of this. As you
no.
step into the ring, go ahead and same thing. You can replace one with a weapon attack. Otherwise, athletics, acrobatics, and a con check.
All right, I think I'll replace the athletics since that's my +0 with a
Weapon
weapons.
attack. Let's
Yeah.
see it. Korgel, add your 50. Don't forget about it.
Oh yeah, I did it. Thank you.
Oh, no.
Yikes.
Oh, you
Well,
see
he
in
does
the
not roll
first
well.
round, you immediately you go to pull your gun in the duel, and it gets disarmed quickly by a drow opponent who sneaks in, disarms you, strikes forward. Does not go well in that first round.
Oh no.
Next one would be acrobatics.
Okay.
Yeah, Casey, just edit it to a +1, make it magical. I'll
Oh,
double
this is
check.
rough.
+1 on attack and
Cannot
on
roll
damage.
to save my
I
life.
just added a
Yeah, this
+1 to
isn't-
my inventory.
This pit fighting isn't liking us right now.
Oh, that's fine too.
He is not built
Oh,
for that.
I am
no.
just.
I have
and
Casey targeted, but
obliterated.
that was my roll. Unfortunately, a 17 losses. You see, you're down in the corner. Garlos is rubbing your shoulders. He's like, "You got this, kid. You got this. You use the scent. Use the scent."
Casey appears in the fight pit and just body slams you.
So this will be a con check plus your hit dice, which for you is a D8.
1d8. Okay.
Con check
I'm
plus a
failed all
D8.
3.
We'll find out.
Oh man.
Not great.
We
Oh
will find
no.
out. Unfortunately, you lose all 3 rounds. With 0 successes, you lose your bouts, earning nothing. That's all. No negatives other than the fact that you earn nothing. There is the
Well, I have
chance of a
the shame to live
complication
with
for
now.
both of you. So both of you roll me a D100. Casey, did we do your D100? We did, right? Yeah, we did.
Oh, I roll it twice for some reason, I think.
All right, we'll go with the first one there, which is a 53, which is good because the second one was a
3.
complication. So perfect. A 46 and a 53. No complications for the two of you. Unfortunately, only 50 gold is earned in total, and Luzon, you earn nothing. Garlo says, you know, maybe this isn't cut out for you. But you, big guy, I want to see you in that underground fighting ring later. Your friend might lose his head, though, so I wouldn't bring him next time.
I'll look at Luzon. We'll train.
Yeah,
Alright.
we will. I'm
Ah.
just sad now.
Or you could bring Casey sometime.
I do also want to. I forgot. I would have done this at the start. Send a letter to send a letter to my mom.
Mhm. Yeah, in the first week, yes.
Yeah, I would have said that at the start. Yeah. I think I forgot to mention it, but I would have done that the very first week.
Not a problem. You already mentioned it to me in messages. So yeah, I will say that you did that within the first week. By the end of the second week, as you're coming back from the fighting pit, and we're not going to deal with it too much right now because I got to finish the downtime, but standing outside of Troll Skull Manor is a half-orc woman. She looks to you and says, Korgol!
Mother.
And we'll come back to that scene in a bit as we jump down to Luzon. Not Luzon, Rehan. Keep doing that.
I
To
am
Rehan,
incredible.
what
That
downtime do
was-
we do on our second downtime?
I'm tempted to pit fight, but I actually have I think two things I want to do.
I
Never
mean,
mind. I'm
you're
gonna-
welcome to pit fight, but that means that you beat Luzon.
that I beat
They
Luzon.
one of the rounds.
Do it. It'd be
Go for
funny.
it.
It would
It'd
be
be
funny.
hilarious.
You know what? Just because I'm pretty comfortable, there's not too much else I want to do. Fuck it, I'll pit fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
Oh
then
man, the three of us go
Rehan.
pit fighting.
Yeah, Rehan is just without you guys asking, he's on the other side of the ring.
Hey, that guy looks familiar.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty dizzy. It's all blur out here.
Now, quick question: can I guide myself before the fights in the same way, or not this one?
These I'm gonna say also cannot benefit from guidance, because it's
Fair enough.
longer than a minute for a fight.
Makes sense. All right.
Well, it depends on how good you roll, but you know.
So,
right.
in this case, 3 checks. You can replace one with an attack. Otherwise, athletics.
I'll replace this with the attack.
Go ahead and roll an attack roll. Wuhan.
To Han. I was saying Han squared, but
Ooh,
Han Solo
see.
and Han squared. A 7.
snake eyes to lose.
I would
well,
have
to
to
beat.
snake eyes. Oh,
Oh,
shit!
and
I am fighting Luzon.
You probably found me.
You know
and
what? It's
just
not a
came down to
drow.
which
It's,
one didn't
it's
trip and
the
fall.
first round. He disarms your gun with his quarterstaff.
Oh, it's so embarrassing.
You're like, you hold out the gun. You're like, Rehan, and then it goes flying out of your hand. That's perfect.
personnel,
no.
kid.
All right,
Lord.
one success. A second one is gonna be acrobatics.
All right, let me pull it back up. I
That's
dropped it.
insane.
You know what'd be funny is if we, in the future, we did downtime. We said what we were doing
Okay, I can't
secretly.
There's no way.
Mm.
Can't
We
lose
all
that.
end up at the pit fighting.
Or like if we both pick gambling, it's me versus you in gambling.
Oh, honestly,
I mean,
that
we
would be
could,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
we could. But I also like you guys going together, so it's, you know, your guys' call. But a 5, yeah, I can't lose to that, so that's one loss. Final thing is a con check plus your hit dice, and for
Yeah,
you
which
that
is
is a
D8.
D8. Yes.
All right, so let me see. Where do I get my check to come up at?
My grandpa fought in World War II. I didn't mean to send that. I was trying to open my character sheet, but I had text picked.
It's as a save, but the bonus, there's no bonus to it, so it'll be the same.
Plus a d8.
Yeah.
All right. 15, not
Ugh.
bad.
Well, it's not too bad. Less than a 10. Oh, no.
Ooh, perfect.
Nice.
With that, you succeed 2 out of the 3, winning 100 gold.
Beautiful.
Nice
Another
job.
10.
Rehan, with that winning, you were also approached to join a pit fighting ring. And for you, I would like a perception check.
Perception. Okay.
14. Simple enough. You see that the man offering has a beholder symbol on his jacket. A purple beholder, a bunch of eye stalks. One of Xanathar's. He says, it's one of the dwarves. He says, you specifically, this guy.
Oh, let me close this so I can see
You
it.
see his little pin on his neck piece there.
I see.
And you would recognize that, and he says, you look like you could fight. Why don't you come to this special pit fighting ring we're holding in the chamber down in the sewers? And he gives you directions.
I'm gonna decline that.
He says, the prize is 1,000 gold.
I'm gonna think about that.
Love to see you there.
Does he give a date or anything?
Yeah, he would give you a date, which I will have to get back to you guys on that. It's gonna be in a while. It's not gonna be a very soon, because mechanically it is. It could happen somewhere in chapter 4, and we're on chapter 2.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be a minute.
It's gonna be a minute.
All right. And
And
depending on if there's anything else, there's one more
D100
thing.
for complications, and you do win that 100, so make sure you add it.
100 for complications.
No
Ooh,
complications.
getting there.
No, you're good. With that, our
I thought you didn't roll
downtime
for
is finished.
complications with pit time.
Oh, I don't.
Or no, that's crimes. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
crimes.
crimes
No,
is
I do.
something else.
10% on complications. Crime was what you have to fail at.
Yeah.
So perfect.
Quick thing, if I
Yes.
have time for it, I would like to speak to some birds and have them keep a lookout. I want to train them to keep a lookout for the Drow Guild, the shooters, the Gunslingers Guild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a animal handling.
All right. Now, could I have advantage if I use speak with animals?
I think that's how you talk to them to begin with.
Okay, fair enough. I will take that. Oh my lord.
Almost a 16.
So you see that a couple of pigeons fly, and they scope it out for a few days. They come back to you and they say, they disappear on the dock. Disappear.
Okay.
They weren't able to follow them to wherever they went.
I'll feed them some good berries and then go on my way. But good to know.
And apologies that we never did a break, guys. I know some of you took breaks in between. Feel free to do so. We're kind of towards the end of the session already because downtime took way longer than I thought it would.
It was
But
a lot of fun.
we have finished downtime, and what that means is that the manor is finished. So let me move us up to a couple more days. 1, 2, 5. 27th. The clock here. Ooh, better hour in the day.
Ooh, we might be able to do some Fleecewick shenanigans.
8 a.m. on the 27th, you all arrive as you see Broxley comes up and says, pats his hands. He says, the work's done on your inn. You can go and take a look. We've installed at least the basics of everything you've requested.
Thank you kindly, Broxley. And
you.
Amar will go and have a look.
Yeah, let's go. Let's check it out. Oh shit.
Ooh.
Now,
Oh, this is my room. There we go.
Now, Rayhan, you'll notice there's not a lot in your room. You didn't send me much request-wise. However, Amaro did. Amaro, you have a small secret door that leads to the hallway, as well as your office, a nice desk, a small drinking table, a chest, a bed, everything that you requested there. You guys have a small war room. You don't have armored statues out because that will be extra money. I know you wanted to decorate this hall as like an armory and barracks. That will cost a little bit. But you do have the tables you need for gambling. They've put in nice golden rugs and carpets. They've set up a nice VIP gambling room for some blackjack in the back with a nice purple carpet. Casey, you have a small office with a nice balcony view. They've installed new plumbing. They've also fixed up the basement and installed a forge for Luzon, and it's still somewhat storage for the bar and everything, but also a nice forge, workbench, and area for you to craft, as well as a nice vent for that forge that pokes out the back.
Oh. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Got
The only
I
thing
gotta-
Casey's room needs is a minibar.
And Torgal, of course, you weren't here to request any rooms, but now that the party has this all built, you're welcome to consider what you might want to request or add in. But we will put your mother down here as well. And I think what we'll do is when we pick up next week, I'm going to note a couple things. Vincent French is going to have two things. Info for Corgal, and then info on hires.
Basically looking for red flags.
He's going to have those two things. Yaga is also here to potentially work, as Corgal has called her over for some... keep her close and get some work in. What else do I need to note that we have? Yes, Cragsmere Merrick is consulting visit. We will cover that visiting. We will cover that next week too.
Okay.
Trying to think if there was anything else. Anybody know?
Amara would have picked up the armor because apparently it just takes a few hours.
Yeah, absolutely. That same day. They'll fix up, they'll take out the studs, they'll replace it, put a few new pieces in. It's only replacing leather armor studs. It's not that difficult.
Cool.
Yes. Before we sign off, can we pull up something on the map real quick?
Yeah, let's take our time ending this, go over anything that we need to clarify
Can
and
you
set up.
pull up the street that has old Zoblob's shop? Because I wanted to check his inventory again.
You want to go see what old Zoblob has to sell.
Because I think I remembered there was something I wanted to buy.
Yeah, he is... Where the hell was that shop? It's somewhere down here. Near that warehouse, around the corner of one of these inns.
Something like that. But also we had a map for it too.
I do. I'm just trying to remember where the hell it was. You guys came down this way. You went into the sewers over there. It was near the inn, right?
Some kinda.
Right here.
There it is.
On the corner of Fillet Street. Old Zoblob shop. Yeah, let's pull that up.
Yep, I remembered correctly. Oh, I just need a little bit more money.
All right. He has quite a bit, and everything is colored lavender. The whole shop is purple. His clothes are purple. He's smoking a lavender pipe, and there's a beholder floating in the front window, a stuffed beholder. Yeah, he has a cloak of protection for 800 gold. Of course, you can always try to talk people down. He has a stone of good luck, and he has a whole bunch of other things too.
Does that give you a +1 to AC for the cloak?
The cloak
It
does,
does.
yeah.
It
Oh,
does.
that's
It's a
amazing.
+1 to AC and a +1 to all your saves. But what I want to get for Casey, because it's super thematic and pretty good, I want that Stone of Good Luck.
Mm.
Oh, what does that do?
It gives you a +1 to all checks and saves,
Oh,
Both are
cool.
really nice items.
and
Very
it's very thematic for Casey to have that. So I can't afford my thing if I buy it. Though my
Your
bit.
portion.
Yeah, it really sucks that I didn't win all three, but them's the shakes.
He says, if you wanted, you could do a down payment. We could just do a small loan.
I'll pay you back if I do a loan. Because I know you have people who can track me down if I don't. But I'll pay myself. I pay my
I
dues.
don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anyone that could
Mhm.
possibly do that. But I could, let's see here. Now, at the end of every month, if it's not paid off, a 20% increase. Is that agreeable?
That's agreeable. I'll pay 600 right now, and then I'll
alright
pay off the rest.
200 gold loan with a 20% interest. And he writes you a small little loan slip, and you buy a stone of good luck.
Dang.
So 20% of 200, so it's 240 I have to pay back.
If you don't pay it by the end of the month.
Oh, but it's just the rest if I do.
If you don't pay it by the end of the month, it goes up. Yep.
And it goes up by 20% every month.
Every
so,
month.
Like,
So, but for now,
terrible.
all I
now
have to
you
worry about
you
is
owe 200.
okay, and then I'll go ahead and mark off the 67.5 gold
Okay.
because I need to pay that or we don't have a thing.
Everybody has to remove that little bit of gold that does still remain.
Did we math that out? We mathed that out before Corporal joined, right? And I'm not saying
Yep.
he has to pay.
We did
It's,
math it out before he joined.
I think it's 244. With him, it would be different, but 244. And myself and one other person already paid our share.
Me.
I thought it was 67.5.
That I think was already paid.
Yeah, that's the initial.
That was the initial cost.
I think
And
it's in.
we still
Oh.
had to. Yeah.
I believe it's in the chat if we scroll way up.
Yeah.
So it's 22.5, not 67.5.
Let me scroll up.
Let me check
Yeah, I'm
because I
scrolling
had an
too,
entry
so.
for it.
Because if that's the case, I will give more than just 600 up front.
Yeah, it's
243.75.
That sounds
I think
right.
was how much
Yep.
you each. Yeah, 243.75. Is that it?
yes.
And that was split 4 ways.
No, I think that was the split. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was Roy split. Yeah.
Oh, so we need to pay 243 and
Yeah,
75?
you still have to do
Yeah,
that.
Rayhan paid 244, so he paid his amount. And so however much you paid already, you have to finish paying that off. So
Okay, I owe Zabla more than 200 gold.
yeah, so 243.75 each was the cut for each of you that you had to pay.
Yes.
So I will pay 400 gold. I'll do half a down payment.
Okay, so
And-
let's just write this. 400 gold to Zoblob,
Okay.
and then owes
And then-
400
Yeah.
or 20% interest. All right, you have a stone of good luck, but you do owe some money, and we will take that off of his shop as he's now out.
Loggers. I immediately get that dyed a different color. Also, I need that identified above the table because I know how these things work. And if this is a scroll of good luck, I'm beating the shit out of a gnome.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could probably prepare it for one of these days, and just
Because there's
cast it.
a cursed
Oh, no,
item where you
I
think it's a stone of good luck, but then it's a -1 to everything.
The Stone of
Yeah,
Bad Luck.
I have identified on my spell list, so I could have easily cast it for you. I
Okay.
could cast it for you now.
And then I have 410 minus 243, 167. So I have 100. I have 10 platinum and 67 gold left in my total, and then I'd pay 7 silver and 5 coppers. 62 minus 5 is 57. Okay. And to expedite process, unless it matters, does the identify just reveal that, yeah, it's a stone of good luck? I would have made this purchase probably before the start of next session.
Polished agate appears to be a stone of good luck. I'm just reading the stone of ill luck. To anyone who tries to identify it, so identify would not reveal that.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
curses aren't revealed.
A polished agate appears as a stone of good luck to anyone who tries to identify it, and it confers the magical properties while on your person because it's a cursed item. However, this is not a cursed item. You have +1s, but I just meta-wise, identify would not reveal that.
Oh, nutty!
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Hmm.
Should I do a quick little thing to make sure it's working?
It should be under your effects tab. Yeah, I see it turned on. Let me just
That
check
didn't
here.
apply though.
Unavailable. You have to attune and equip it.
Ah, yes. That would probably help.
Yeah, it's in the effects tab now. It's available, so now it should
Oh
actually.
yeah,
affect it.
I'm seeing it. It did its thing.
Perfect.
Poggers. Alrighty. How much gold do I have left? Not enough. Okay. Oh no,
Well,
wait, I would have enough. This does not have to be roleplayed at all. I'll get some splint armor from the.
you can also sell your
horse guy.
chainmail.
True. How much is it? I get half of what it's worth, right?
Yep.
Chainmail is worth
75.
So
42.
okay. So I'll just spend
Or
25
not
gold
42,
and then
but that's
buy
fine.
some splint mail.
It'd be like
just to
30. It'd be like
simplify things.
38. I don't know. We'll just say 40 gold.
Okay. So subtract 40 from 100 because I get armor at half price. So I'm spending 60 gold to get some splint mail.
All right, let's update the splint mail as well. Take off that other stuff. All right, everybody, that's going to be it for tonight. We'll do some favorite moments, and we will get out of here, but we'll do all that off stream. Stream, thanks for watching. We'll
Thank
have
you,
updated
Stream.
minis and everything, and we'll
Thank
get
you,
more of these
Stream.
put up.
Thank you, stream.
And we'll get the previous sessions put on YouTube here soon. I'm gonna go upload those tonight. Good game, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you later.